Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing 1, 2, 3.
A community is connections. We're committed to ensuring people stay connected to the services they need. That's why we're participating in the FCC's Affordable Connectivity Program. Go to allofiber.com/ACP to learn more.
It's time for FNBO American Legion Baseball with the North Platte Post and FM 98.1. Today's game brought to you by Shelter Insurance, Pete Bowles and Britt Rogo, Dave's Place, Pizza Wings and more on East 4th and North Platte, CT Troubleshooters, Premier Toyota, Sandhills State Bank, Wicked Fast on North Highway 83. Use your My Phillips 66 card and save money on gas. And Lindemeyer Law Office. FNBO Baseball, also brought to you by Larry's Glass, the D&N Event Center. Another round in River's Edge Golf Course. Come have another round with them. Great Plains Health and Great Plains Home Care. Larry's RV. Bill Summers Ford Honda Lincoln Nissan. North Platte Public Schools. Willow Creek Embroidery. Quick Stop Convenience Stores. And Runza. Let's play ball. FNBO Baseball from FM 98.1 and AM 1410. And live stream video at NorthPlattePost.com. Here's the voice of the Nationals, Paxton Gordon.
Oh, good evening into afternoon, everybody. It is a beautiful, that's right, it is a beautiful, I was going to say Friday, but Monday evening into night. America's game is back, everybody. That's right. FNBO Legion Baseball is here as the Nationals taking on Ogallala today to open up the season. Of course, if you remember last year, the Nationals opened up against Ogallala, and it sure was a nail-biter that came right down to the wire. The Nationals were trailing in that game for most of the game. You know, Easton Jones got the start and had a rough first couple of innings before really batting the hatches down and just took on over, and then it came back in a last inning walk-off single that brought home the winning run. The Nationals picked up their first win of the season against Ogallala last year, and this year looking to, well, I would say still pick up the W, but not start off on the rough side of this, as they will look to start off 1-0 on a much more comfortable victory here. The field is ready. It was a little bit of a disaster this morning, of course, with all the rain that's been going on, not only just this weekend, but of course last night rained a little bit more. Got it all ready to rock and roll for the first game of the FNBO Nationals season. We're back in action here, and then of course we'll be here on Wednesday with Lexington. Again, that game has changed from being a road game for the Nationals to being a home game for FNBO Nationals. Juniors, seniors will be that day. We'll also be doing the juniors game as well. Man, I am so excited for this season, as well as a vast majority of last year's team has all but come back. Of course, I believe the grand total is 3 people will not be returning this year for the Nationals, which is huge. So basically same roster as last season, and the only new name that you will see here on the seniors roster, Jordan Yonkers, who again didn't play last year to injury, but getting a chance this year when he is called upon. So a team that is fully focused, has a lot of synergy together, and is excited to get this year underway. I can't believe it. We can't believe it. Nationals baseball is right back. Of course, you want to watch the live stream. You can do so online at NorthPlattePost.com. Just go to sports. You can click on the American Legion page and scroll about midway down the page. You will see a 2023 playlist, and of course, that's where all of our archive videos will go for the completionist. So if you miss any action, go right there. You'll see all of our Legion coverage. You can also watch the game right there, NorthPlattePost.com, under the sports tab. Click on American Legion, and it'll be right there. Or you can, of course, if you are an old school person like me, listen on the radio, FM 98.1, AM 1410. Quick Stop Pregame is where we currently sit right now. Nationals taking on Ogallala. And before I get to that, Quick Stop, 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop, always open right around the corner. We'll step aside and take a break. We come back, we'll get a little bit more here in the Quick Stop pregame show before national anthem and starting lineups will come about here live, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
Finally staying warmer, it's time to get ready for camping. Larry's RV in North Platte now has several Rockwood and Bullet travel trailers and fifth wheels on the lot, as well as the Milestone and the new Sunrays. With approved credit, buying your RV is an easy and affordable process at Larry's RV. At Larry's, there is no hidden fees. Your propane tanks will be filled, a new battery is put in, and you'll have all electrical adapters you need. And Larry's RV will not charge you for preparing the paperwork. Come see what Larry's RV in North Platte has to offer. You'll be pleasantly surprised.
Sandhill State Bank is a bank for Sandhillers. Families, entrepreneurs, teachers, nonprofits, farmers, nurses, contractors, ranchers, stylists, artists, retailers, professionals, outfitters, restaurateurs, mechanics. It takes all of us to make the Sandhills prosper, and Sandhill State Bank is here to help. Open an account today at sandhillstate.com/open or visit one of our 10 locations across the Sandhills to start growing the Sandhills together. Sandhill State Bank, member FDIC.
It's not too late to register your students for the fall 2023 Bullpup Preschool or Kindergarten year at North Platte Public Schools. We are excited to assist you at the Welcome Center located at 301 West F Street in North Platte, and we are open from 7:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Or you can register from the comfort of your own home online at mppsd.org. Come learn and grow with us at North Platte Public Schools.
Whether you're a weekend warrior, youth, or professional athlete, the Great Plains Health Sports Medicine Team has you covered. The team includes orthopedic surgeons, athletic trainers, and other healthcare specialists who spend their time at local high school and college sporting events, ensuring that athletes stay as injury-free as possible. In the event of an injury, the team remains committed to returning athletes to competition as quickly and safely as possible.
Contact the Great Plains Health Sports Medicine Team by calling 308-568-7456.
Welcome back here to Bill Wood Field. FNBO Nationals opening day as they'll be taking on Ogallala here tonight for the start of American Legion Baseball. Senior team on senior team. Of course, the junior team playing on Wednesday against Lexington. Again, that game has been moved to here at Bill Wood Field. Was a road game, but now has been rescheduled to a home game. Quick Stop pregame show. 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop always open right around the corner. Of course, before we get into it, we normally do have our pregame interviews with coaches. So go on down to our coaches interview guy, Farmers Insurance Agent Stephen Rhodes. Farmers Insurance Agent Stephen Rhodes has the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your coverage options for auto, home, renters, business, and more. So this is going to be quite a game. I'm excited. The weather, yes, it's a little cloudy, but no chance of rain from what I have seen, so no need to worry about that happening here in today's game. First game of the season, of course, is going to be a lot of errors and mistakes. There's not going to be a perfect game here today. If there is, I'll eat my words and I'll pay somebody $5. So write that down, ship it, sign it, lease it, give it to me. I will have my word on that one if there's a perfect game here in today's game. But we will now get into our Double Dips Ice Creamery starting lineup. Double Dips Ice Creamery in the historic Canteen District in North Platte offers 24 plus different flavors of hand-dipped ice cream served in a variety of ways. Double Dips also offers homemade waffle cones, bowls alongside homemade fudge, and freshly baked desserts. Plus, they also have available the ice cream trailer for outdoor events, because yes, it is getting close to summertime, so you do need that outdoor trailer for your events, because it's getting quite toasty. I mean, maybe not this week. I was going to say maybe not this week. We're getting into the high 70s and low 80s potentially this week. Knock on wood, that happens. I'm not jinxing it here. But we'll start on the side of Ogallala, leading off Jaden Curtis at third base with Caden Rezak in the 2-hole. He'll be pitching today. And then Ian Shaw will be catching 3-hole hitter. Aiden Halligan at shortstop. He's the 4-hole with Max Mueller in center field, 5-hole hitter. Cole Stokey, second base. He's the 6-hole hitter. Jesse Ortega in right field, his 7-hole hitter. Charlie Nielsen at first base. He is the 8-hole hitter with Michael Redden. He is the left fielder. He is the 9-hole hitter for Ogallala in today's game. Then for your North Platte FNBO Nationals senior team. We'll start off with Caden Jones in the center field. He'll be leading off in the one hole today alongside Carson Johnson at third base. He's the two-hole hitter. Carter Kelly, the power bat, hitting at the three-hole hitter. He'll be playing shortstop today. Tristan Byer will be behind home plate. He's catching today, four-hole hitter. Dean McIntyre on over at second base. He's the five-hole hitter. Jackson Polk gets the start on the mound here for today. He's the six-hole hitter. With Ty Robinson at first base, he's the seven-hole hitter. With Ray Smorky out in right field, the eight-hole hitter. And then Andrew Barocious, the nine-hole hitter here in today's game. This is going to be quite a fun match. Again, these two teams, it's kind of funny. Last year was such a wild year for both these two teams, of course. The Nationals took on Ogallala in the very first game of the season, got down really early. I believe it was 7-0 through the first two innings, and then came back in the seventh inning and hit a walk-off single to get the first win of the year for the FNBO Nationals. And the next time they played in Ogallala, the game had to be canceled because there were no umpires that day, which is the craziest thing I think I've ever heard, and I think anybody's ever heard in their life, anyone's ever heard in their life. So that's going to be quite interesting to be said here in today's game. But how about we get rocking, and how about we about to get rolling here? Again, these two teams, man, they're going to have themselves quite a day here, and I'm excited to get things rocking and rolling between, again, the Nationals and Ogallala, as we are just moments away from the start of this ball game. I can't believe it, to be honest with you. And I think everybody else can't believe it. You know, baseball's finally here. I love it. You love it. We all love it. It's back. Everybody, I don't want to get sentimental here and start getting all teary-eyed up on over here. But it's gonna be quite a show. I'm excited. I hope you all are excited for this one as well. Nationals taking on Ogallala in game number 1 of the season at home. There will be, again, of course, game number 2 will be on Wednesday between the Nationals and Lexington. They'll be at home. Juniors, I believe, start at 5 o'clock with seniors, then beginning at 7 o'clock. And then on Sunday, the Nationals traveling down to McCook for a game. I'll, of course, be going on the road to McCook on Sunday for that one. Fun times all around here for the FNBO Nationals as we are just getting ready. Oh, everyone's shaking the umpire's hands. I think we're about ready to get some baseball action underway. Also, thank you to our sponsors today, Owls Lock and Safe, securing North Platte and the surrounding areas for over 50 years. Alongside Midwest ATVs. Hey, farmers and ranchers, now's the time to get your ATVs and UTV service with Midwest Cycle and ATV. Man, I think we all should have a little bit of a, little blessing that the rain's not coming today, because it has been quite cloudy all day, and it has kind of scared me a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I have been a little worried about the weather, but lo and behold, no need to worry. No rain scheduled for today's contest, but there will have to be some discussion on, of course, game number 1, because everyone's got the jitters. Game number 1s are always super interesting in terms of, you really can't take much away from game number 1. Of course, that's what everyone's going to say. You can't take much away from game number 1 of the season. If they lose, when they win, you'll be like, oh, look at all this, X, Y, and Z. Everything's hitting it off the bat right there. But not really much can be taken away here. We can get a few things taken away here from game number 1, but there will be, of course, some jitters, some errors will, of course, be at hand here in today's game, so you can't really fault too much, as that's just how it's going to go. That's just how things go here in this baseball game. As out goes Caden Johnson here as we get ready for the start of this season. I'm excited. Last year, of course, the Nationals just came up so close from making it into state. They were just so close. And I think with how this team has come back in terms of all the returning seniors and players. This year could be a special one. Of course, been hearing all the things from scrimmages and practices about how some of these guys just came into this season on a whole different level, and they're ready to rock and roll. You can see it in warm-up, too. Focused. There wasn't really much, you say goofing around, but it was a focused group that had determination in their eyes and an objective with it to keep with it. So it'll be interesting to see how that transitions here into game number one, because we talked about it and Coach talked about it a lot of times last year. Some of those basics just kind of went away from the team, and we'll see how they come up here. It's time for the national anthem, so with that, we'll step aside and we'll take a break. We come back, first pitch right here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
Drew is enjoying the new ice cream sandwich from Runza.
I like to call it a cookie hugwich.
Huh?
Because it's really just 2 fresh baked chocolate chip cookies giving some chocolate vanilla twist ice cream a hug.
Oh.
Like the ice cream got a little sad and the cookies were like, "Oh, come here, buddy."
Well, that is adorable. Try Runza's new ice cream sandwich today.
Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Now that it's finally staying warmer, it's time to get ready for camping. Larry's RV in North Platte now has several Rockwood and Bullet travel trailers and fifth wheels on the lot, as well as the Milestone and the new Sunrays. With approved credit, buying your RV is an easy and affordable process at Larry's RV. At Larry's, there is no hidden fees. Your propane tanks will be filled, a new battery is put in, and you'll have all electrical adapters you need. And Larry's RV will not charge you for preparing the paperwork. Come see what Larry's RV in North Platte has to offer. You'll be pleasantly surprised.
Larry's Glass is better known and has over 40 years of experience in glass replacement and installation. Whether you need a new window for your home, storefront, or vehicle, they have the expertise to get the job done. Larry's team of skilled professionals use the highest quality materials and techniques to ensure your satisfaction. Larry's takes pride in delivering outstanding service with affordable pricing and are on the Better Business Bureau honor roll. Trust Larry's Glass to take care of your glass needs, and you'll appreciate the difference that over 40 years of experience can make.
FNBO Nationals American Legion Baseball on 98.1 and 1410 AM. Presented by North Platte Kubota and the D&N Event Center.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Bill Wood Field. It is time for some baseball. Jackson Polk on the mound here to start for the FNBO Nationals. Top of the first inning. Ogallala will be up first. Again, the first 3 batters for the side of Ogallala. Jaden Curtis alongside Caden Rezak and Ian Shaw for Ogallala. No wind, which is actually quite shocking here for a Nebraska day. It's basically 0 wind, a little cloudy, nice little chill in the air. Got the nice smell of the cookers cooking on down, specifically the popcorn. They'll be making me hungry here in this game as we're about to get underway. Between these two teams that have been itching for the start of this season, both teams probably tired of just, hitting and pitching and playing against each other. They're ready to rock and roll to begin this season. I'm ready to rock and roll to begin this season. Nationals looking for their first win of the year to start off with a bang. And basically the entire roster has come back from last season. Only 3 players from the senior team not making an appearance this year for the Nationals. The only lone addition being Jordan Yonkers, who again last year didn't play with an injury. So this is going to be quite the start and quite the team. Turnover in baseball, people talk about, really isn't so dramatic in terms of synergy and stuff. But a team that's been together and has gone through the worst of a full season, it really changes the mentality, and it really actually does provide a different type of spark and effort. So with a team that's basically returning everybody on the starting side, maybe minus 1 or 2 players, that's quite scary for an opposition. Ogallala returning a couple as well that you've seen from last season, but let's get some baseball underway, as up now comes Jaden Curtis here to the plate. He's ready to rock and roll. And we're ready to get this season underway for the FNBO Nationals. Here in the top of the first inning, Curtis leading off for Ogallala against Jackson Polk. with due up being Caden Rezac on deck and Ian Shaw in the hole. Polk get the sign in from Tristan Byer, who's behind home plate yet again. And the delivery right in there, strike number one. Into Curtis from Jackson Polk. And Jackson Polk last season came in with an injury that he was working on in the offseason, so really was on a pitch-limiting count, was a strong player for the Nationals. So far, he's in an 0-2 count here against Jaden Curtis to lead off. This year, all healthy, ready to rock and roll, and ready to step up to be one of the team's best pitchers. That pitch, though, right in the dirt for ball number one to Curtis, 1-2 the count. And it was a pretty significant arm injury for Jackson Polk that he just sustained, not last year, but I believe the prior year to it, that he was still working back into last year's season to begin. So had a pitch count, didn't really go too deep into games until late in the season, as that one's fouled back off to the netting there. Still 1-2 the count. So, and again, health-wise for this team, still up and down rocky. Zeiler's got a hand injury, and then yet another tough loss for the Nationals here as we get ready for this next pitch in. Fouled off by Curtis. Easton Jones tearing his ACL in his other knee prior to the start of this season. Ugh, you just hate to see again Easton Jones tearing his ACL in practice after the conclusion of the first game of the year, and then coming back here, tears the other one. You hate to see it. It's a 1-2 count once again to Jaden Curtis from Polk. That off speed way up in the zone and way too high there. Ball number two, close to the head region of Curtis. So now it's a 2-2 count. Two and two, nobody out here top of the first inning. Polk will deliver in. Slow roller going to get on over to Carter Kelly at short. The throw to first in time to Ty Robinson for out number one. Just a very, very easy little ground out there. Again, with the way, again, we talked about how the field's still a little wet. Still working in from all the torrential downpours North Platte has seen over the last couple of days. The ball will lose a lot of momentum if it hits the grass area compared to normal. So up next comes Caden Rezac here with one down in the top of the first inning. Polk delivers. Swing and miss from Rezac there, strike number one. Last year, Jackson Polk, again, had some games where he looked absolutely dominating, and then some games where it all just kind of fell apart. So far early on in this game, 6 strikes to 2 balls. And I say that one down low. Ball number one, 1-1 the count now. Following Rezac, Ian Shaw, and then Aiden Halligan, who's in the hole for Ogallala. Polk now gets a sign from Byer, and here comes the 1-1. That one skied straight up, drifting on over to McIntyre, but going to keep coming. And in the outfield, grabbing it is Race Morkey in right field for out number 2. So now, following that, Ian Shaw, the catcher, will be up here. Quick 1-2 already here in this top of the first inning for Polk. As Shaw now will get his first chances against the Nationals. Polk gets the sign. Here comes first pitch. Off speed, though, down in the dirt. Ball number 1. A couple of those off speeds from Polk so far today. Out of his 4, 2 of them have been in the dirt way too early. Though his fastball looking pretty good. As a 1-0 count. Polk likes what he sees, and now he'll deliver in. High up there, ball number 2 outside the zone. Thank you again to our sponsors here for today. Clear Focus Eye Care, specializing in preventative eye care and dry eye treatment with vision therapy. Schedule your appointment here today. The 2-0 pitch with 2 down. Swung on, driven in the right field. It'll fall in for a 2-out single from Ian Shaw. So with that, one batter gets on for Ogallala here in the top of the first inning with Aiden Halligan now up to bat. Max Mueller on deck, and Cole Stokey in the hole for Ogallala. Wanted to say Indians, but we're not into that type of high school season yet. Sean over at first does have some speed, so Nationals infield will have to watch out for a steal attempt as Polk delivers. That's outside. Ball number 1 to Halligan. Top of the first inning. 2 outs here. Shaw on over at first base. Polk wants to get out of this inning without allowing any real rally to begin the pickoff attempt at first. Got to get Shaw back in plenty of time, but it's good to keep him honest, as he was getting quite a big lead on over at first. Polk, 2 glances over. Now we'll look to deliver in to Halligan. That one slowly will still stay fair down the right field side. That actually might bring 1 run home. It might be a 2-out double. They are going to bring him home. And the throw at the plate to Byer, not going to be in time. So with that double into right field, Ian Shaw scores. And now the Indians take a 1-0 lead in this one. A slight little blooper out into right field. Again, died basically immediately into the grass area, and 1 run comes across here. It's still 2 outs in this top of the first. Talked about how Polk did not want to get anything rolling with 2 down here for Ogallala, and just like that, there's a runner at second base for Ogallala, being Halligan, as that first pitch in to now Max Mueller is there, strike number 1. 0-1 the count. Still top of the first inning. Ogallala leads 1-0 against the FNBO Nationals. Polk delivers. Slowly out, get into left field for a base hit. Halligan might come home. They are going to wave Halligan home. The throw is just going to almost make it. Oh my gosh, you're going to say he's safe at home. That is a close play at the plate. So another run comes across for Ogallala, and once again, that field's going to be a real problem in today's game, as, that throw actually probably would have gotten to Tristan Byer at home in time, but the way it just died in the infield grass really stopped all of its momentum, and now it's 2-0 for Ogallala here in the top of the first inning, with yet again another runner out over at first, being Mueller, as that pitch is in there. Strike number 1 to Cole Stokey, who's now up to bat. It looked like a pretty good start to this inning for Jackson Polk. Quick first 2 outs, but the last 3 batters have caused Polk some problems with 2 runs getting across. Polk sets and fires the 0-1. Runner goes. Oh, and Tristan Byer dropped the ball as he was trying to get it over to second, but it still falls in for strike number 2, but Mueller's going to roll on over to second with an easy steal. Pitch in is down low in the dirt there. Ball number 1, but the runner won't advance as it did slide a little bit away from Tristan Byer. As that pitch is swung on and fouled off the bat of Cole Stokey, so still 0-2 the count. 2-0 favor of Ogallala. 1-2. Where we sit 2 down in this top of the first inning. Runner at second base, Max Mueller. Following Stokey, Jesse Ortega, and then Charlie Nielsen for Ogallala. 1-2. Ooh, too far and low outside. Here's ball number 2. It's now 2-2 the count with 2 down. Mueller on over at second. Polk just looking to find any which way to get out of this top of the first. With only 2 runs, they tried to pick off Mueller at second, but nobody was there to help. He did have quite a lead off at second, so could have been a possibility, but Polk just getting Mueller back. 2-2 is where we sit. Polk will get the sign from Byer and deliver. That's once more far and away down low. Ball 3. It's 3-2 the count now. Shades of the first game last season against Ogallala. They got off to a hot start in the first 2 innings before the Nationals were able to bounce back, but there's the first strikeout of the season for the Nationals as they take down Stokey, swinging, though 2 runs did come across here on 3 hits. We now move to the bottom of the first inning. Nationals trailing in this one 2-0.
Mid-Plains Community College is the right choice to transform your future. With a variety of educational formats, including face-to-face, distance learning, online, and hybrid options available, your future career is waiting for you. Fall classes begin on August 21st, so give us a call today at 800-658-4308 to get scheduled with an advisor. That's 800-658-4308, or visit our website at mpcc.edu.
Sandhill State Bank is a bank for Sandhillers. Families, entrepreneurs, teachers, nonprofits, farmers, nurses, contractors, ranchers, stylists, artists, retailers, professionals, outfitters, restaurateurs, mechanics. It takes all of us to make the Sandhills prosper, and Sandhill State Bank is here to help. Open an account today at sandhillstate.com/open or visit one of our 10 locations across the Sandhills to start growing the Sandhills together. Sandhill State Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Bill Wood Field. The Nationals' bottom half here of the first inning is upon us with leading off Caden Johnson. They do trail 2-0 early in this ball game. It was a quick 2 runs that came across for Ogallala on 3 hits in the top of the first inning. Nationals will look to answer back and not, again, as I said earlier, have shades of last season where they got down quite early against Ogallala in the opening game of the season, but then were able to bounce back through the latter half of the game and then get the game-winning run in the bottom of the 7th. Again, Caden Johnson here up to bat with Carson Johnson on deck, and then Carter Kelly in the hole. Caden Rezak on the mound to start for Ogallala. Early 2-0 lead for them. Nationals have a little bit of digging back to do, but, here early in the season and again in the first game, not really too shocked or surprised at that. As, of course, this first game always real testing ground and a real, get into the action. That first pitch from Rezak is swung on and missed by Johnson there. Strike number 1. 1-1 the count. Again, you saw Rezak, multi-sport athlete for Ogallala last year. Now pitching here, American Legion Baseball. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss from Johnson yet again there. Strike number 2. 0-2 the count now. Just a smidge behind. It's Johnson on those 2 pitches. So a quick 0-2 hole for Johnson. Rezak now with the 0-2. That one this time fouled off, slicing down the right field side out of play. So we'll still stay at 0-2. Our half-inning breaks, of course, brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. And check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group at his new location, 621 South Dewey. Sweet B that, off-speed up and high away, ball number 1. Johnson, the leadoff batter, would love to get on because this 2-3 hitting for the Nationals, deadly last season. And that once more high and away, ball 2, 2-2 the count. So talked about really this sort of middle part of this order, 2, 3, 4 last season with Cole Ryden was quite a deadly force. Still quite a deadly force as that swung on and missed there for the first strikeout of the day for Caden Rezak. As down goes Johnson for out number 1. And here comes Carson Johnson. Johnson last year really was old reliable for the Nationals. Whenever they needed a hit, he was able to get one. They needed a run to be scored, he got it. Stolen base, he did it. An out in the out, just an easy infield out, he got it as well. He'll look to draw the first hit for the Nationals here. And that one's high once more. Ball number 1 from Rezak. Carter Kelly on deck, and then Tristan Byer in the hole for the FNBO Nationals. Rezak with the 1-0. Ooh, that one just outside. They're ball number 2. 2-0 now the count to Carson Johnson. Wind not going to play a factor in today's game. I see some sun behind these clouds. Just in the distance, there's another ball to the outside. There's ball 3 from Rezac. Started off hot against Caden Johnson. Now it's a 3-0 count in favor of Carson Johnson. Rezac sets and delivers. That one's in there, strike number 1. Rezac, a lefty pitcher. I wouldn't say don't really see many of those, but 3-1 is swung on and missed by Johnson, going for the fences on that one. So what was a 3-0 hole is now turned into a full count 3-2 with 1 down here in this bottom of the first inning. Rezac delivers. High and away, ball 4. And with that, Carson Johnson will stroll on over to first base, and now the Nationals have a runner aboard for Carter Kelly. Kelly played last season, massive power bat, as well as a really, really efficient shortstop. He'll get his chances here to maybe bring something back for the Nationals with Johnson on over at first. He is a steal threat. Most certainly with, again, a left-handed pitcher, it's going to be hard to steal when he's looking right at you. As that one in the zone, strike number 1, clips the inside part just barely. So 0-1 the count now. Ken Kelly last year showed that he can be a scary threat with the bat, as that's high and away. Ball number 1, signing with Johnson County Community College. Part of the NJCAA, which goes to my home city of Grand Junction, Colorado for the World Series. As that pitch once more, high and away, ball 2 to Kelly. So if the North Platte Community College Knights get a baseball team, and they make it to the World Series, we'll be heading down to my home city. Say hi to everybody. So it's a 2-1 count with 1 down to Carter Kelly as he swings and fouls that one off. There's strike number 2. Probably wanted that one back, as that was almost in the dirt. So 2-2 the count with 1 down here. Nationals trail 2-0 to Ogallala here in the bottom of the first inning. As Rezac gets the sign in from Ian Shaw, who glanced on over at first and delivered the 2-2. Oh, it's in there. Strike 3 as Carter Kelly thought that one was going to be a ball to the outside, and he goes down on strikes looking. That's now out number 2, and here comes Tristan Byer up to bat for the Nationals. Following Byer, Dean McIntyre, and then Jackson Polk. Rezac once more glances at first and delivers. Swing and a miss from Byer there, strike number 1. Rezac an efficient couple pitches, so he's up to 17 already, 9 strikes and 8 balls. He'll glance once more on over at first, and here comes the 0-1, but he'll try to pick off Carson Johnson at first. He gets back safely. And that's one of the tough things. Johnson and, of course, head coach Ricky Holmes, who's at third base, would love him to get to second, but with Rezac being a left-handed pitcher, he glances right at him all the time as Byer chases one up in the zone. There's strike number 2. So 0-2 is the count with 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning for North Platte, for the FNBO Nationals. 0-2 with 2 outs. The pitch, there goes Carson Johnson. Up and away, Johnson gets in over to second. We're going to say if he's safe. I'm still waiting for a call from the second base umpire, but they're going to say he is safe, so Johnson successfully will steal second base. That's down low in the dirt. Ball number 1, Johnson advances to second. So now runner in scoring position with 2 down as Byer swings half-heartedly there. Strike number 3. That's the 3rd strikeout of this game for Rezac. And with that, we'll head now to the top of the second inning. FNBO Nationals here trailing in the opening game 2-0. We'll have more action when we come back here. Bill Woodfield, FM 98.1, AM 1410, the live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
Now the weather is warmer, it's time to dust off your golf clubs and head out to River's Edge Golf Club in North Platte. With beautifully maintained lush greens and breathtaking views, River's Edge offers a modern course that is perfect for golfers of all skill levels. But that's not all. After your game, swing into another round sports bar for some amazing food and drinks. You'll find something for everyone on their menu, from juicy burgers to crisp salads and refreshing drinks. River's Edge is open to the public, so anyone can come and enjoy the fun.
Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Nissan, Lincoln for your next vehicle. Look online 24/7 at BillSummers.com. Bill Summers is Western Nebraska's leasing headquarters, and they have aggressive financing to get you into the vehicle you've been dreaming of. Check out all the inventory at BillSummers.com anytime. Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Nissan, Lincoln, where families are our business. Highway 83 and Walker Road in North Platte, and online 24/7 at BillSummers.com.
Welcome back here to Bill Wood Field, top of the second inning. FNBO Nationals trailing Ogallala in this one 2-0 with Ken Jackson Polk on the mound. Jesse Ortega at bat, or due up here for Ogallala. Charlie Nielsen on deck with Michael Renton in the hole for Ogallala. Nationals in the top of the first inning. Quick 2 outs from Jackson Polk. It was looking quite good early on before he gave up 3 straight hits that allowed Ogallala to get on the board first. They lead 2-0 here in this ball game as the sun's and the sky's coming out. I can see it now. What a beautiful day here. Again, our half-inning breaks brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. You can check out Kevin McGann, the Fortify Group, at his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. Gotta get my words out here, as well as Wicked Fast. Are you looking for a fuel stop that's wicked fast and easy to use? Then head over to Wicked Fast, the most advanced gas station in town. Their friendly staff are always there to assist you and make your experience even better. And if you're feeling hungry, grab a snack or a drink at Wicked Fast, conveniently located across from the Do-It Center in North Platte. Again, up here to bat for the side of Ogallala, going to be Jesse Ortega against Jackson Polk. Ogallala with a 2-0 lead. 2 runs on 3 hits and no errors compared to no runs, no hits, no errors for the side of Ogallala's. Polk will deliver into Ortega as that's high and away. Ball number 1. Polk up to 25 pitches, 15 strikes, and 10 balls. Looks good in the first 2 batters before Ogallala started to get what they needed out of Polk, as that one blows right past Ortega, who swings and misses. 1-1 the count. Once again, Polk still needs to work, and he'll probably say the same. He'll work on some of his off speeds. He's much better, much improved compared to last season. Is that one just too low? Ball number 2. But his fastball really does have some nice velocity behind it, and it can blow right past a batter. 2-1 the count now to Ortega, as Polk will get the sign and deliver in. Ooh, that one just skirting too far in. Ball number 3. It's a 3-1 count now to Jesse Ortega. Still no action in either bullpen. Still too early for that, but 3-1 now the count here in the top of the second inning. The pitch. That one just again too far inside. Ball number 4, so Ortega will now stroll on over to first base on a walk. So with that, now comes Charlie Nielsen. He'll come up to bat with a runner on over at first, being Ortega, as head coach Ricky Holmes moving the infield up a little bit. Carson Johnson stepping into the grass. Could see a bunt here. Move the runner on over from first, as that pitch too far outside. Ball number 1 to Nielsen. Again, with the way that the grass has been so wetted down, the ball just loses all of its momentum, so perfect opportunities for some bunts to come across. Ortega at first. Nice lead off. Fouled, rocketed back into the parking lot. There for strike number 1. 1-1 the count. Following Nielsen, Michael Redden on deck with, again, Jaden Curtis in the hole for Ogallala. Ortega at first, 2-0 lead for Ogallala here in this top of the second inning. Polk glances on over, sets, gets the sign, and he'll pitch on over to first. Oh, Ortega did get back in time, but nice pickoff attempt from one Jackson Polk. As now Polk gets the sign. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. There goes Ortega, but that's swung on and fouled back from Nielsen. Strike number 2. Ortega did get a nice little jump, but fouled off by Nielsen. Will send Ortega back. 1-2 now the count. Still 2-0 is the lead for Ogallala in this one. 2 runs on 3 hits, compared to the no runs on no hits for the Nationals. Polk glances at first, and he'll then throw in. Fouled once more off the bat of Nielsen, as Ortega didn't want to test it at first base. Still 1-2. Top of the second inning. As Polk now shakes off a couple of signs from Byer and likes that one. He'll glance once more and throw one over to first. Oh, it won't get there in time. Oh, my. Late call from the second base umpire. It looked like Polk got Ortega on the pickoff, but umpire at second saw it differently, and with that, Ortega successfully gets back to first. Still nobody out here in this top of the second inning. A 1-2 delivery. That one on over to one Carter Kelly at short. The step on to second, but no throw on over at first, so they'll get the easy out at second base. Nielsen will get on with the fielder's choice. But with that, on over at second. One down now with Ortega getting out at second. Michael Redden now up to bat. Has Nielsen at first. Not really going to be much of a steal threat, I believe. Nielsen at first base. Could be different as Jackson Polk's first pitch ins there. Strike number 1. Now 0-1 the count with 1 down here. Top of the second inning. On deck, Jaden Curtis with Caden Rezak. Top of the order after Redden. Polk will glance on over at first and now will deliver in the 0-1 pitch. Oh, that off speed just barely too high. There's ball number 1 to Redden. Had some nice, he threw it a little too high. Excuse me. Threw it a little too high and tried to dip it in, but couldn't fully dip. So the 1-1 now. That time it's in there. Strike number 2, 1-2 the count now to Redden. Polk looking to bounce back here in this second inning after giving up 2 runs in the top of the first. He'll get the sign from Tristan Byer that he likes. Glances on over at first once more. Here comes the payoff 1-2 pitch. Runner's going to go on over to second. Easily going to be tagged out by Carter Kelly. Great throw from Tristan Byer and a bold attempt from Ogallala trying to get Nielsen stealing. I didn't think he had the speed. But with that now, 2 are down in this inning. It's a 2-2 count now to Redden. So what wasn't looking like a good situation for Ogallala now turns a little sour with 2 down. And Polk looking for the 3rd out. The payoff 2-2 once more. Off speed, it's in there, strike number 3. Down goes Redden, and that is how this inning will come to an end. There were no runs on it, no hits. Nationals able to shut out Ogallala here in the top of the second. They now move to their bottom half of the second, see what they can bounce back with when we come back here. FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming NorthPlattePost.com.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Find me, Brent Rogo, at 502 East Francis. Pro is open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Save money at the pump at Quick Stop with the Dino Pay app. Dino Pay offers contactless payment using your preferred debit or credit card. The savings add up with 12 cents per gallon and even more on Tuesdays and Thursdays with rollbacks for savings of 15 cents per gallon. Huge savings. The Sinclair Dino Pay saving you at the pump. Don't forget Frazzle Gourmet Slushes and For Real Shakes and Smoothies. Gourmet coffee at everyday low prices on your favorite beers.
Quick Stop.
FNBO Nationals American Legion Baseball on 98.1 and 1410 AM. Presented by North Platte Kubota and the D&N Event Center.
Welcome back here to Bill Wood Field, bottom of the second inning. FNBO Nationals currently trailing Ogallala 2-0. Again, our half-inning sponsor is brought to you in part by Kevin McGann in the Fortify Group. You can check out, of course, Kevin McGann in the Fortify Group at his new location, 62121 South Dewey, Suite B. Dean McIntyre now will lead off the bottom of the second inning. I've been hearing some stories, some insider information here coming from the organization of the FNBO Nationals about Dean McIntyre in the offseason. He's been having quite a scary hitter he has now become. Again, last season we saw some bits of Dean McIntyre, but this year he's turned into a whole new machine. Hearing stories that during some of the scrimmages he's been launching them out to the Army brick house, which is just right behind left field, right to the chimney from what I hear. Is that pitch, though, outside, ball number 1 from Rezak here. Following McIntyre, Jackson Polk on deck with Ty Robinson in the hole. Once more, that pitch high and away. Ball 2 from Rezak. Nationals looking for a better bottom half of the second where they didn't get anything in the bottom of the first. Look to, when they had a couple actually of really good positions, a couple 3-0 counts, a couple 3-1s that didn't go their way, and right back to a 3-0 right here as Rezak will now deliver to McIntyre. Lapse time, it finally finds the strike zone up in strike number 1, 3-1 the count now. Also, thank you to our sponsors here for today's game, Premier Toyota. Premier Toyota, just south of I-80 in North Platte, invites you to come out and take a test drive. Premier Toyota, let's go places. Ball number 4, so McIntyre will walk on over to first to lead off this bottom of the second inning. Bring up Jackson Polk, who's pitching. Once again in today's game, picture-on-picture action. Hey, also thank you to Dave's Place Pizza and Wings. You can find out more on 1510 East 4th Street. Get on over at first, McIntyre as Rezak has that one delivered into Polk and skied out to right field with Ortega getting under it and gloving it for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out here against Jackson Polk. So Ty Robinson now comes up. We saw Robinson pitch a couple of games last year, specifically during some of the tournaments. One of the big ones in Cheyenne, where he had himself quite a game against one of the best teams that they faced all season. Cheyenne against a Colorado team. I forgot what they were called, but had himself quite a series in that one as that first pitch from Rezak is outside, ball number 1. McIntyre once more at first base. 2-0 lead for Ogallala, bottom of the second inning. Race Morkey on deck with Andrew Brocious in the hole for the Nationals. As Robinson gets set to rock and roll, Rezak glances on over at first, the 1-0. That's in the middle there, strike number 1. 1-1 the count. Wow, that clouds really have dissipated out, and we can finally start to see some of the blue sky peeking its way through just further behind me. The 1-1. Oh, just hitting a little bit of the outside part of the plate there. Strike number 2, 1-2 the count now to Ty Robinson, on who playing first base today. Normally his position, you see him. Rezak now with the 1-2 pitch. Well, that's way in the dirt there, but good save from Shaw. Ball number 2, 2-2 the count now. 1 out here, bottom of the second inning. 2-0 lead for Ogallala. Dean McIntyre is on over at first for the Nationals with Robinson looking to advance him. 2-2. Swing and a miss from Robinson, a little half-heartedly, and with that, down he goes. I believe that's the 4th strikeout of this game for Caden Rezac, and now Race Morkey comes up with 2 down yet again. McIntyre on over at first. Following Morkey, Andrew Brocious, then Caden Johnson. That first pitch down low, out of the zone, ball number 1. Same thing is kind of scary. It's kind of reminiscent of, of last season. Nationals, to start the first game, really had troubles figuring out the hitting as that ball's going to bounce away from Ian Shaw. And with that, McIntyre waltzes on over to second following the passed up ball. But, last season, this game is kind of reminiscent of last season's first game where the hitting was just kind of all out of whack, not really swinging with confidence in the first couple of innings for the Nationals. And then they really started to catch on in the latter half. Looking to avoid that same start here, or at least start to pick the pace up a little bit as that next pitch into Morkey is in there. Strike number 1, 2-1 the count now. McIntyre once again on over at second. Ogallala leads 2-0. The pitch. Once more, too low. There's ball 3 to Race Morkey. 3-1 the count. Rezac has been a little all over the place in terms of his pitching control. He has gotten a lot of fortunate outs, really with the Nationals being the culprits of that. Is once more that's outside ball 4. So with that, Morkey gets on over to first. So now 2 are on with 2 down to bring up Andrew Brocious, and Ty Benson, coach of Ogallala, now will come out and talk with Caden Rezac. I said, really, Rezac, even though it's a 2-0 game and he's been getting some outs, hasn't really done it so with, real precise pitches. A lot of it has been the Nationals, tripping up at the starting line and taking some half-hearted swings that they probably want back. As there goes the end of that conversation, and now the runners will take back to their positions. Morkey on over at first, McIntyre at second for Andrew Brocious hitting in the 9-hole here. In this one, 2 down, bottom of the second. Nationals trail 2-0 to Ogallala. 2 runs, 3 hits. For Ogallala, no runs, no hits for the Nationals. Still looking for that first hit. The pitch. Ooh, just squeaking on that inside part in the zone. Strike number 1. Yeah, Nationals mostly gotten on the base pads here, just on walks from Caden Rezac. But 0-1 now the count to Brocious. He delivers. Down low. Good catch from Shaw there, ball number 1. Also this game, getting a lot of flashbacks, reminiscent of the Lexington game of last season where the Nationals offense really wasn't that productive from a hitting standpoint, but just got on with walks, and then were able to score a couple of runs from it. The 1-1 pitch now into Brocious. Swung on and fouled off the bat of Andrew Brocious there. So we'll still stick now 1-2 the count. Morkey at first with McIntyre at second for the Nationals. Caden Johnson on deck with Carson Johnson in the hole, so back to the top of the order following Brocious. Though it's a 1-2 count with 2 down, Rezac steps and delivers. Whoa, that's going to go way back to the netting, way over the head of Ian Shaw, so that will advance both runners to third and second, but we're talking a whole new area code with that type of pitch. That's how far and away it was from Ian Shaw. He'd have to grow a good 4 or 5 feet just to go up there and get it. So it's a 2-2 count with 2 down. Now the Nationals threatening to score here with McIntyre at third and Morkey at second. They could tie this game up here with just an outfield hit from Brocious. 2-2 the count. Rezac sets and delivers. That one once more fouled off the bat of Andrew Brocious. So we'll still stay 2-2. Thank you again to our sponsors here for today's game, the Shelter Insurance guys, Pete Bowles and Brett Rogo. Go see them for auto, home, life, and more. It's Shelter Insurance. 2-2 the count with 2 down here in this bottom of the second inning. Caden Rezac still on the mound. He'll shake off a couple signs from Ian Shaw and now deliver. Check swing, but it's going to get down and away from Shaw. They're going to say he went around the throw on over to first. We'll still get there in time, and that is how this inning will come to an end. The Nationals did have runners in scoring position, but unfortunately will go down once again on strikes. We'll head to the top of the third inning. Jackson Polk will look to continue getting a little bit better and not allow a run to come across when we get back here at FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming NorthPlattePost.com.
Mid-Plains Community College is the right choice to transform your future. With a variety of educational formats, including face-to-face, distance learning, online and hybrid options available, your future career is waiting for you. Fall classes begin on August 21st, so give us a call today at 800-658-4308 to get scheduled with an advisor. That's 800-658-4308, or visit our website at mpcc.edu.
Sandhill State Bank is a bank for Sandhillers. Families, entrepreneurs, teachers, nonprofits, farmers, nurses, contractors, ranchers, stylists, artists, retailers, professionals, outfitters, restaurateurs, mechanics. It takes all of us to make the Sandhills prosper, and Sandhill State Bank is here to help. Open an account today at sandhillstate.com/open, or visit one of our 10 locations across the Sandhills to start growing the Sandhills together. Sandhill State Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back here to Bill Wood Field. Top of the third inning, FNBO Nationals trailing Ogallala 2-0 in this game. Jackson Polk still on the mound. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for Ogallala. No runs, no hits, no errors for the FNBO Nationals. Our half-inning breaks, of course, brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group. You can check out Kevin McGann, the Fortifying Group, at his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. It'll be one Jaden Curtis with Caden Rezac on deck and Ian Shaw. So we're to the top of the order here for Ogallala. In this one, 2-0 still the lead for Ogallala. Curtis 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first plate appearance for Ogallala. Again, the first 2 batters that Jackson Polk saw this game, he put down quite quickly. It was the second half of that top of the first inning that kind of got away from him. Is that off speed in there for strike number 1? That time finally got the good off speed, I believe, changeup he wanted, and he found it in there. So now with an 0-1 count, Polk delivers into Curtis. That fastball, though, too low, almost in the dirt there, but that's ball number 1. 1-1 now the count. Polk sets. He likes what he sees in from Tristan Byer, and here comes the 1-1 pitch. Once more, too low. That bounces away from Byer there. Ball 2 to Curtis. Again, he's 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first plate appearance he saw against Jackson Polk. As now Polk steps back into the mound and delivers the 2-1 pitch. That one swung on and fouled off the bat of Jaden Curtis. So now it's 2-2. Count to Curtis. Polk, ever since giving up those 2 runs in the top of the first inning, has looked a little more in control. Hasn't had any more scary situations come up since then. Hasn't given up a hit since either. As he'll shake off a couple signs from Byer. And now he will set and deliver the 2-2 pitch. Oh, that one just too low there. Ball number 3. It's 3-2 the count now. Here in the top half of the third inning for the Nationals. Excuse me, for Ogallala. Correction. Here comes the full count pitch from Polk. Off speed, swung on in, missed there, and Curtis going to run on over to first, but easily out there for out number 1. Man, oh man, as Curtis had an absolutely easy, no offense, walk on over to first if he didn't swing on it, but gets called out with the drop third strike, and he'll get out at first. So there's 1 down now for Caden Rezac, who flew out in his first plate appearance against Jackson Polk, and he'll swing and miss on that one. Strike number 1. Ian Shaw on deck with Aiden Halligan in the hole after Rezac. That's where the problems really arose for Jackson Polk in the first inning. Once again, was able to get the first 2 outs pretty quickly. Here comes the 0-1. That one rocketed into left field, gets past Carter Kelly for a single, and with one down, Rizak gets on with a base hit. And now here comes the part of the order that caused the most trouble for Jackson Polk with Ian Shaw. He singled in his first plate appearance for Ogallala here and got Rizak on over at first. He is quite the steal threat. So that's another hit. So it's 2 runs on 4 hits now. Runner at first as Rizak gets back following the pickoff attempt from Jackson Polk. Halligan on deck with Max Mueller in the hole for Ogallala. Polk sets and delivers. That one absolutely drilled out to left field. It's going the distance, but it's going to fall foul. Just short of the warning track as Brocious had quite the travel path to get there and was lucky Shaw didn't square up more on it because that one was going to the moon. As that's in there, though, foul ball for strike number 1, 0-1 the count. Again on over at first. Caden Rizak is now Polk's ready to rock and roll. 0-1 count. He'll glance on over at first and deliver in the 0-1 pitch to Shaw. That one's slow roller on over to Carter Kelly. To second. Can they get to first in time? They'll pull Robinson off the bag, so they'll get the 1 out at second. So once again, Shaw will get the fielder's choice on that attempt as Carter Kelly will get the runner out at second. So now Aiden Halligan will come up to bat. He doubled in his last plate appearance that brought Ian Shaw on home in the top of the first inning. We're basically at the same position we were in the top of the first inning with Shaw at first and Halligan up to bat. Following Halligan, Max Mueller, and then Cole Stokey for Ogallala. As Polk takes a deep breath and delivers in. That's in there. Strike number 1. Good strong pitch from Polk into Halligan. 0-1 now the count. Rizak gets the glance out from Polk. Now the 0-1 pitch in from Jackson Polk. Swung on over to second. And the easy throw to first in time. And that is how that inning will come to an end. It looks a little skelly once again with the scary part of that order up. But the Nationals were able to get back in action and strike them down. We're headed to the bottom of the third inning. FNBO Nationals trailing Ogallala 2-0. We come back here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming NorthPlattePost.com.
Swing into the season by calling Linda Meyer Law for all your legal needs. Our lineup consists of all-star caliber attorneys, Bob Lindemeyer, Amanda Spikert, Kent Florum, Kent Turnbull, and rookie sensations Victoria Hervey and Natalie Hoffman. When life gets to the bottom of the ninth with 2 outs, we'll step up to the plate and hit a home run for you. Call Linda Meyer Law, 534-6740. That's Linda Meyer Law, 534-6740.
Your health is our mission. Great Plains Health.
Are you or a loved one in need of medical equipment to improve your quality of life? Look no further than Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment. Our state-of-the-art and affordable medical products are specifically designed to return your independence. From manual and power wheelchairs, mobility scooters, and lift chairs to walking aids, ramps, hospital beds, and bath safety products. We have everything you need to make your home a comfortable and safe place to live. We even provide CPAP and BiPAP equipment and supplies, as well as oxygen equipment and supplies. Call Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment today.
Welcome back here to Billwood Field. It's the bottom of the third inning. Nationals trailing Ogallala 2-0 with Caden Johnson now up to bat. Back to the top of the order, 1-2-3. Johnson at bat. Carson Johnson on deck with Carter Kelly in the hole. Johnson led off the game, struck out swinging in his first plate appearance, and so now here we go. Johnson against Caden Rizak. 42 strikes, 21 balls, 21 strikes for Rizak. As the Nationals will look to start the comeback here in this this inning here. They trail 2-0, 2 runs on 4 hits for Ogallala. No runs on no hits, no errors on either side for North Platte. Again, our half-inning breaks brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group at his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B, as well as our sponsors, Another Round / River's Edge Golf Course. After your golf game, swing into another round for some amazing food and drinks alongside Sandhills State Bank, the most committed brand in banking with locations in North Platte, Ogallala, Grant, and many more. Go to sandhillstate.com for a full list of services and locations. As that one's going to fly once more way over the head of Ian Shaw for ball number 1 as Johnson was looking to lay the bunt down. That's a head coach Ricky Holmes special, the leadoff bunt. We've seen it a couple of times last season be successful alongside the stealing home base. Again, another Ricky Holmes special. We saw that last year as well. Can't wait to see those again. Getting into his bag of trickeries. As that pitch, just hits the bottom part of the plate. Strike number 1, 1-1 the count. One and one with nobody out here in the bottom of the third. As that off speed, just outside. Ball number 2 to Johnson. Again, struck out swinging in his first plate appearance for the Nationals. Looks to turn it around and change that first at bat as he lays down a nice little beautiful bunt. He's running on over to first. He's going to get past Caden Rezak. And just like I said at the leadoff bunt, we've seen it many a times from head coach Ricky Holmes, and it comes into great effect there to get Johnson to first. And, you'll talk with head coach Ricky Holmes, and he'll talk about that leadoff bunt normally happens when the team's struggling to find consistency in the hitting to at least get somebody on and really make, I wouldn't say a difference, but really start to get the mojo back in their favor. As now Carson Johnson comes up to bat. He walked in his first plate appearance for the Nationals. Has Johnson on over at first, who is a steal threat. As that pitch is in there, strike number 1 to Johnson. Carter Kelly on deck with Tristan Byer in the hole for the Nationals. 0-1 now the count to Jackson Polk as Rezak delivers. That's high and away. Ball number 1 there to Carson Johnson. Some of the pitches now from Rezak getting a little more out of control in terms of his control. So 1-1 now. Johnson on over at first for the Nationals. Has that speed. That is the first recorded hit for the FNBO Nationals here today in the bottom of the third inning. As Rezak delivers, that off speed will get in there. Strike number 2 to Johnson. So now in 1-2 count with nobody out at the bottom of the third inning. Johnson gets set, and he gets ready to rock and roll. Rezak likes the sign from Shaw. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. That's down low, ball number 2. So 2-2 now the count to Carson Johnson. Johnson on over at first, taking a pretty long leadoff. So it's 2-2 once more. Rezak likes what he sees from Shaw. Glances at first. The 2-2. There goes Johnson. Running on over to second. He'll get there safely in time. So with that, a stolen base. That one in the dirt. So it's now, Carson Johnson went swinging on it. So there goes Johnson on strikes. So now Carter Kelly comes up with 1 out and now a runner at second base. Being Johnson as Carson Johnson, not too happy with his approach that he went on that last pitch, but did get Johnson on over to second with Carter Kelly up to bat as he takes a big hack at that one. Though he couldn't connect, so it's 0-1 the count with 1 down. 2-0 lead for Ogallala here, bottom of the third inning. Nationals once again threatening with a runner at second base, being Caden Johnson. Rezak glances at second, and here comes the 0-1. Oh my, that just once more on the outside part of the plate sneaks in. There's strike number 2 to Carter Kelly. 0-2 with 1 down here in this bottom of the third. Rezak once more glances at second and delivers. And that time, same exact pitch to the outside part of the plate. But there's ball number 1, 1-2 the count now. also seen head coach Ricky Holmes be aggressive and trying to steal third base in some instances. The 1-2. Swing and a miss from Carter Kelly. He goes down swinging. There's strike number 3 in. Out number 2 is now Tristan Byer will come up to the plate. He struck out swinging in his first plate appearance. Has once more. Jones not over at second, so a prime opportunity for the Nationals to answer back if he can get a single into the outfield, because Johnson does have that speed. As Rizak will step off to get Johnson back. He does so successfully. 2 runs on 4 hits and no errors for Ogallala. No runs on 1 hit and no errors for the Nationals. That's down low. There goes Johnson on over to third. He is safe, and there is that successful steal on over to third. Speaking into existence, so now there's an even better runner in scoring position at third base, and there was action in the bullpen for the Nationals as Ty Robinson was warming up for the FNBO Nationals. Interesting to see if head coach Ricky Holmes will move to Robinson in the top of the 4th. Though it's a 1-0 count into Byer as he check swings that one, and it's now 2-0 the count to Tristan Byer. I don't want to say it, but Rizak is a left-handed pitcher, so Johnson could steal home base. We've seen it last season successfully happen once. Can we see it here again? That's high and away there. Ball number 3 from Rizak to Tristan Byer. Dean McIntyre is on deck for the Nationals with Jackson Polk in the hole. He'll glance on over at third, does Rizak. The 3-0 pitch. That one fouled off the bat. Tristan Byer for strike number 1. 3-1 the count. 2 down here, bottom of the 3rd inning. Nationals once again in scoring position with Caden Johnson at third. They trail 2-0. Will like to cut into this lead, at least cut it down in half. They can get Johnson across. Swing and a miss from Byer up in the zone there. Strike 2. We're now at a full count pitch, a full count. 3-2 with 2 down. He'll get back into his batter's box and get ready. Rizak will get the sign in from Shaw. He'll glance at third. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. That one driven into left field, but slicing foul. So we'll still stay at 3-2. Just a little early on it. Tristan Byer would have gotten down for a base hit, but at least got some contact. So Rizak now with his 3-2. Way up in the zone. There's ball number 4. So with that, on over to first goes Byer. And now, once again, we talked about the scary proposition. Dean McIntyre is up to bat. Again, you hear I won't say the ghost stories, but you hear the rumblings around of the increased power that Dean McIntyre has shown this offseason. He has a prime position to let that rip here with Johnson at third, and then on over at first being Tristan Byer, who also is steal threat for the Nationals. Here comes the pitch in. That's a win away from Ian Shaw. So with that, 1 run will come across. Byer's going to try to twist it all over to third, and he gets there successfully. So that passed up ball is now going to bite the rear end of Ogallala pretty badly as 1 run comes across for the Nationals. Johnson gets home on the passed up ball with then going all the way to the third, Tristan Byer. So now it's 2-1 and a 1-0 count to Dean McIntyre, who walked in his first plate appearance for the FNBO Nationals. Byer now at second, tying the run if McIntyre can get into the outfield, as he fouls that back, though, for strike number 1. 1-1 the count now. But talking about how Rizak's pitches have been getting a little more out of control ever since the first couple of innings, and once again flew it into the next stratosphere. Allowed 1 run to come across and move Byer to third. That's once more high and away as Shaw had a fly up from his catcher position to glove it. So it's 2-1 the count now. No action in the bullpen for Ogallala at the moment. So still going to stick with Shaw through this inning and Rezac through this inning and maybe a couple more. The 2-1. Swing and a miss from McIntyre. He'll want that one back as it was way in the dirt. But that's 2-2. The count now 2 down here in this bottom of the third inning. Nationals now trail by 1, 2-1. Rezac glanced at third. Now here comes the 2-2 pitch. That's far outside there, ball number 3. A full count to McIntyre. He did walk in his first plate appearance. Could do it again right here. Rezac back into the mound. We'll take a look in at Shaw. Now glance at third. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss there, strike number 3, and that is how this inning will come to an end. The Nationals did get 1 run across and cut into this lead. They trail 2-1. We can come back top of the 4th inning here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and as always, live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
Glass is better known and has over 40 years of experience in glass replacement and installation. Whether you need a new window for your home, storefront, or vehicle, they have the expertise to get the job done. Larry's team of skilled professionals use the highest quality materials and techniques to ensure your satisfaction. Larry's takes pride in delivering outstanding service with affordable pricing and are on the Better Business Bureau honor roll. Trust Larry's Glass to take care of your glass needs, and you'll appreciate the difference that over 40 years of experience can make.
Now that it's finally staying warmer, it's time to get ready for camping. Larry's RV in North Platte now has several Rockwood and Bullet travel trailers and fifth wheels on the lot, as well as the Milestone and the new Sunrays. With approved credit, buying your RV is an easy and affordable process at Larry's RV. At Larry's, there is no hidden fees. Your propane tanks will be filled, a new battery is put in, and you'll have all electrical adapters you need. And Larry's RV will not charge you for preparing the paperwork. Come see what Larry's RV in North Platte has to offer. You'll be pleasantly surprised.
FNBO Nationals American Legion Baseball on 98.1 and 1410 AM. Presented by North Platte Kubota and the D&N Event Center.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Bill Woodfield, top of the 4th inning. FNBO Nationals at the moment trailing Ogallala 2-1. The sun has officially come out and has not been seen all day. We had a missing persons report on the sun, and it's now appeared at the, you don't want to say it, but maybe at the best time, get some sun on the players. Maybe that turns around their fortune. It's currently a 2-1 lead for Ogallala. The Nationals were able to strike back in the bottom of the 3rd inning, following a passed-up ball from Rezac to Ian Shaw. So now, Nationals just trailing by 1 as Max Mueller now checks in to start off this top of the 4th inning. He's 1 for 1. He singled in his first plate appearance, following Mueller, Cole Stokey, and then Jesse Ortega for Ogallala. Jackson Polk still on the mound. Ty Robinson was getting some warm-up pitches last inning when he last at-bats, as that one is blown right past Mueller for strike number 1. So Robinson could be seeing some action later in this ball game for the Nationals. But so far, Jackson Polk still with it after giving up those 2 runs in the first inning. It's been scoreless ever since. The 0-1 pitch. Oh, in there, strike number 2. Another good one from Polk. It's now 0-2 the count. Yet again, just like last season, Nationals give up a couple of runs in the first couple of innings. Then their pitcher starts to really get into a rhythm and start to really show out. And so far, Polk ever since that, top of the 1st, only giving up 1 hit and no runs. And that pitch is down low in the dirt, ball 1. There is action in the bullpen for Ogallala. Can't see who it is, but they are warming up a pitcher who could potentially replace Rezac next inning. Here comes the 1-2 count in from Jackson Polk. Popped up, and that'll slice into the parking lot. Foul for what's still stay at 1-2. Our half-inning breaks, of course, brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group. You can check out Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group at his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. Polk likes a sign from Bayer. As here comes the 1-2 pitch. That one driven in the left field. It will get in for a base hit, maybe extra bases for Mueller. Rounded on over to second. He goes, and he'll stand up with a double to lead off this inning. And with that, now Cole Stokey comes up to bat for Ogallala. Now, runner in scoring position for Ogallala with Mueller on over at second base. Stokey struck out swinging in his first plate appearance. Also, thank you to our sponsors today, Red Willow Chemical. At Red Willow Chemical, they offer both generic and name brand chemicals and fertilizers in bulk option. They also offer delivery and aerial application services. Get more info at rwchemical.com, as that one, I think, fouled off the bat there. Cole Stokey, strike number 1. 2 runs on 5 hits for Ogallala, 1 run on 1 hit for the Nationals. Just had to open my mouth about that. How good Jackson Polk has been pitching the last couple of innings. Castor curses that one. Rocketed down the third base side. Once more foul, so 0-2 the count. They always say it. Don't open your mouth when good things are going your way, then instant karma. So 0-2 with nobody out. Mueller on over at second base for Ogallala, as Polk will look for yet again another strikeout here. He'll glance at second. The 0-2 pitch. Off speed. It's in there. Strike number 3. Another strikeout on the day there. 4-1 Jackson Polka. Stokey went down looking. And now with 1 down, here comes Jesse Ortega. He walked in his first plate appearance for Ogallala. We'll look to advance Mueller, who's on over at second. Up next, on deck, Charlie Nielsen, and then Michael Redden in the hole for Ogallala. Swung on and fouled back. Strike number 1. Once more, top of the 4th inning here. About halfway through the game. Nationals looking to get back into some rhythm here offensively, as well as not allow another run to come across. The 0-1 pitch gets away there from Tristan Byer. It's going to get back to the backstop, so with that, Mueller now advances on over to third with the passed up ball. And now 1-1 is the count to Ortega. So now only a couple more feet for Mueller and Ogallala to get another run across. They currently lead 2-1 against the FNBO Nationals, as the infield is playing the grass as the pitch. Once more, that off speed away and too low. There's ball number 2 to Ortega. 2-1 the count with 1 out. So some more insider information. I think warming up, what I've been told in the bullpen, was Aiden Halligan was warming up for the side of Ogallala as that pitch is in there. Strike number 2. So could be seeing Halligan next up, or if Rizak struggles. So 2-2 the count, infield play in the grass as Polk sets and fires. Oh, just outside there. Ball number 3, 3-2 the count now. Polk is in a nice position. He would love to get this out here and really alleviate the issue at third, being Max Mueller, but also could walk Ortega to get a double play. The 3-2. Off speed too low. There's ball 4. So Ortega in back-to-back at-bats will waltz on over to first on a walk. And now head coach Ricky Holmes will go and talk with Jackson Polk. Now with 2 runners on and only 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Ty Robinson was warming up in the bullpen. I don't think Robinson will be taken over for Polk. This is just more of a mound visit to get him focused in with runners at the corners and only 1 down. Nielsen reached on a fielder's choice in his first plate appearance for Ogallala, so most likely head coach Ricky Holmes would love to see Nielsen ground into a double play if possible. So Nielsen steps in and Polk's ready to rock and roll. He'll get the sign in from Tristan Byer. Glance on over at first, set and deliver in. That's down low. Ortega going to go on over to second with those long strides, and he'll slide in easily with the stolen base. And just like that, the thought of a double play is over, as there's now runners at second and third base for Ogallala. Ortega at second, Mueller at third. It's now a 1-0 count into Nielsen. Polk sets and fires. Oh, just once more, smidge outside. There's ball number 2 to Nielsen. Michael Redden is on deck, the 9-hole hitter, with Jaden Curtis in the hole. 2-0 the count now. Infield once again playing a little up at the grass. That one foul back to the netting there. Strike number 1, 2-1 the count. Two and one with one out here. As Polk sets and delivers. That's in there. Strike number 2 down low around the knees. So 2-2 now the count. This would be a nice out. This would be a nice out for Jackson Polk if he can get it. 2-2 with one out. Polk will get the sign from Tristan Byle. He'll shake off a couple actually beforehand. Now likes what he sees. The 2-2 too high. Our ball number 3. 3-2 the count now. Still one out here, top of the 4th inning. As Polk finally gets the sign that he likes to see from Byer. The 3-2. Slow roller that's going to get on over to Carter Kelly. The throw, the fake throw, and now we're caught in a little bit of a pickle here between Mueller. The throw home gets him out, and then with that, they'll still keep the runners at second and first. Good decision there from Carter Kelly, showing his awareness as Nielsen was running over to first. He hesitated the throw to first to get Mueller running home, and with that, the easy throw on over to home plate to get the out. And once again, Nielsen reaches on a fielder's choice, but this time, the runner got home, was tagged out, and with that, 2 down in this inning, and now safely for the Nationals, there's nobody at third base. So with 2 down, a little bit of that pressure has been alleviated for Michael Redden, who struck out looking in his first plate appearance. That's swung on and missed for strike number 1. 0-1 the count now. Ortega at second with Nielsen on over at first. Ortega does have some speed with the long strides. Nielsen not so much. As Polk will glance at second once more. Now he'll deliver the 0-1. Swung on by Redden once more off the mark. 0-2 the count now. He got Jackson Polk, got Michael Redden all out of wax with that pitch. And now with an 0-2 count and 2 down, Polk will look to get out of this inning going unscathed with runners on the base paths. Here comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss there. Strike number 3. Down goes Redden. And that is how this top of the 4th will come to an end. Jackson Polk had a scary moment there with a runner in scoring position, but he gets out of it. And we now head to the bottom of the 4th. FNBO Nationals trailing in this one 2-1. We come back here, FM 98.1, AM 1410. And as always, live streaming NorthPlattePost.com.
We all try to prepare for life's what-ifs, but what happens if those uncertainties become a reality? I'm Stephen Rhodes, and as your local farmer's insurance agent, I'm here for you. I can help you determine the coverage that fits your needs. When you have questions about insurance, turn to me, Stephen Rhodes, with Farmers Insurance. I'm proud to sponsor tonight's game. Go Bulldogs! Find me, Stephen Rhodes, at 102 North Dewey.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Sandhill State Bank is a bank for Sandhillers. Families, entrepreneurs, teachers, nonprofits, farmers, nurses, contractors, ranchers, stylists, artists, retailers, professionals, outfitters, restaurateurs, mechanics. It takes all of us to make the Sandhills prosper, and Sandhill State Bank is here to help. Open an account today at sandhillstate.com/open or visit one of our 10 locations across the Sandhills to start growing the Sandhills together. Sandhill State Bank, member FDIC.
Well, Mayor, to the bottom of the 4th inning, Bill Wood Field Nationals trail 2-1. We have a new pitcher on the mound for Ogallala with Aiden Halligan now pitching here for Ogallala. So he'll move from a shortstop position. I believe Caden Rezak will take over at short for the side of Ogallala, wait for the number. No, correction. It's going to be Curtis. Okay, so now we're going to play some Houdini magic here. So Jaden Curtis now moves on over to shortstop. Ortega now moves on over to third base. And I believe that means out in right field is going to be Caden Rezac. I think, at the very least. But we'll get there when we get there. Jackson Polk will be due up to bat here in the bottom of the fourth inning. He flew out in his first plate appearance, so we're at 6, 7, and 8 hole hitters for the Nationals. So Halligan's first batter will be Jackson Polk in this game. Here in the bottom of the fourth inning, Nationals do trail by 1, 2-1. 2 runs on 5 hits and no errors for Ogallala. 1 run on 1 hit and no errors for the Nationals. As Polk steps into the batter's box, and here he's ready to rock and roll. The pitch in from Halligan. Swung on and fouled right on over to the opposing dugout there. Strike number 1. 0-1 the count from Halligan. As he delivers. Well, that pitch in there. Strike number 2 to Polk. So 0-2 now the count. Jackson Polk still on the mound here for this game for the Nationals. The 0-2. That's too low. Ball number 1. 1-2 now the count. As Halligan will like what he sees and deliver the 1-2. Off speed once more. This time too far in. Ball 2. It's 2-2 the count now to Jackson Polk. As Halligan will get the sign from Ian Shaw. The 2-2 pitch. Fouled, and that'll go into the parking lot. Ooh, and bounce off of a Chevy Suburban there for still a 2-2 count. So once more, the 2-2 from Halligan. Swung on, slow roller on over to Ortega, bounces out of his glove, and with that, Jackson Polk will get on with a single here. That bounces off of Jesse Ortega for the first error of this game. So once again, bounced right off of Ortega. So now Ty Robinson will come up to bat. He struck out swinging in his first plate appearance. Has a runner at first being Jackson Polk. Race Morkey on deck with Andrew Brocious in the hole for the Nationals as they try to pick off Polk on over at first as he gets back safely. So the tying run is at first base for the Nationals with Jackson Polk. Halligan will look to deliver his first pitch in as that's laid down beautifully of a bunt from Ty Robinson. Can he get to first in time? No, he cannot, but after the nicely laid down bunt, Polk will then advance on over to second. As down goes Ty Robinson, but he laid down quite a beautiful bunt. No, 1 down now here in the bottom of the fourth. Tying run at second. With, again, Race Morkey, who walked in his first plate appearance, up to bat. That pitch outside from Halligan, ball number 1. So it's a 1-0 count, 1 down here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Morkey steps in, he's ready to rock and roll here. Halligan glances at second, sets and delivers, was going to deliver the 1-0, but tries to pick off Polk on over at second, but Polk got back in time, so still a 1-0 count. Infield playing a little in at first and third, almost to the grass line as that pitch in from Halligan is there. Strike number 1. 1-1 the count now. You're in the bottom of the fourth inning. 2-1 is the lead for Ogallala. Ooh, check swing, and they're going to say he went around with it. There's strike number 2 to Morkey. So now 1-2 the count with 1 down. Polk at over at second. Morkey looking to get him on over to third. Keep this inning alive. Halligan glances at second. The 1-2. Check swing. Oh, my good heavens. That is just pushing a bit outside. With that one there, there's ball number 2. Morkey's counting his blessings on that one. That one just barely out there. Here comes now Halligan, who will get the sign and deliver in his 2-2. Outside there, ball 3 down low, so now Morkey's worked it full, which is perfect. He's already walked already in this game. He'll look to make it a second time. As Halligan gets the sign from Shaw, and here comes the 3-2. Slow roller, gonna get on over to the shortstop, Jaden Curtis. So with that, Race Morkey will get on with an infield single. So now up to bat here comes Andrew Brocious. So Morkey got on with the infield single. Brocious so far here in this one struck out swinging in his first plate appearance, and with 2 on, will love to advance them up one base pad or at least get them home as that pitch is down low. Ball number 1 to Brocious. Morkey on over at first. Polk at second. There is a lot of speed on the bases right now for the Nationals. As a pitch. Once more high as Polk goes on over to third and easily on over to second with the double steal. Go the Nationals, and it was mighty, mighty successful. So now runners in scoring position for FNBO. Morkey at second, Polk at third. Still a 2-1 ball game. 2 runs on 5 hits, 1 error. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors for the Nationals. Brocious at the plate. It's a 2-0 count. Halligan delivers. Brocious tried to lay the bunt down, and Jackson Polk's now caught in a pickle. The throw on home, lost the baseball, and they're going to say Polk gets home on it. Oh my good heavens! And now here comes head coach Ricky Holmes, going to go talk to the home plate umpire for catcher interference as he was obstructing the base path. So Polk did get home safely, but Ian Shaw was obstructing home plate when Polk was trying to get to it. So now Ricky Holmes trying to argue his case. As Polk did get home. So they're going to call Polk safe at home. So now it's a 2-2 ball game here in the bottom of the third. But Ricky Holmes still conversing with the umpires, again, as Ian Shaw, in my opinion, did obstruct the base path of Jackson Polk as he was coming home. So he had to go out of the base path to get to home plate. But I don't think Ricky Holmes' case is going to get home with the senior official. But now this game is tied up 2 apiece, with the Nationals now threatening to score. With Morkey now on over at third. It was a dangerous situation for FNBO with Polk getting caught in a little bit of a pickle. Now converts into a 2-2 ball game. And once again, another opportunity for the Nationals to score and take the lead for the first time tonight. So Halligan, with a 2-1 count, steps into the mound. Face off against Andrew Brocious. Here comes the home plate steal, and it gets in there from the side. Oh my gosh, in the side of Race Morkey. So Morkey scores, but they're going to call out at home plate as Andrew Brocious this time gets called for batter interference as he exited, it looks like, the batter's box. As now Brocious is arguing his case with the home plate umpire. And now we're going to have another discussion. You knew it was going to happen. Head coach Ricky Holmes was going to send Morkey home stealing with the speed Morkey has at third. And now they're going to call. So they're going to call Brocious out. And because of that, or they're going to call it a strike. Yeah, they're going to call Brocious out. And with that, Morkey's going to waltz on over to third once again. So that ends Andrew Brocious' attempt. And that ends the scoring situation for North Platte. So now Morkey goes back to third. What a crazy situation this has become. So there's now 2 down for Caden Johnson to step up. He's 1 for 2. He struck out swinging in his first plate appearance, but then got on base with a bunt in his last one. That first pitch from Halligan's in there. Strike number 1. We are tied 2 apiece, though, in this ball game, but the Nationals could have taken the lead off of a bang-bang play at home plate between Brocious, Morkey, and Ian Shaw that had got Brocious out for hitting interference and then forced Morkey to go back to third. So that pitch outside, ball 1. It's a 1-1 count. So the Nationals now are tied 2 apiece with Ogallala here in the bottom of the 4th and have a chance to score once more as that off-speed outside. Ball number 2 to Caden Johnson. As Halligan glances at third once more, the 2-1. Fouled off the bat of Caden Johnson there. Strike number 2, 2-2 the count. Man, what an ending. What an ending this would be if the Nationals, who could have taken the lead a few moments ago, ended only just tying it. Man, oh man, what a turn of events that would be. So Morkey still sits on over at third, It's a 2-2 count with 2 down for Johnson, who would love to bring Race Morkey home and give the Nationals their first lead of this ball game. As Halligan glances at third, sets, and delivers. Too far inside, but they're going to say that's in there. Strike number 3. Down goes Johnson, and that is how this inning will come to an end. The Nationals had an opportunity to go into the top of the 5th inning leading, but can't get it done. We'll head to the top of the 5th. Nationals tying up in this one 2-2.
Sandhill State Bank is a bank for Sandhillers. Families, entrepreneurs, teachers, nonprofits, farmers, nurses, contractors, ranchers, stylists, artists, retailers, professionals, outfitters, restaurateurs, mechanics. It takes all of us to make the Sandhills prosper, and Sandhill State Bank is here to help. Open an account today at sandhillstate.com/open or visit one of our 10 locations across the Sandhills to start growing the Sandhills together. Sandhill State Bank, member FDIC.
We're always open right around the corner. Quick Stop. With your 24-hour convenience store. Fast, friendly, no one gets you more. Gas, food, your favorite drink. Get everything you need in a blink. That's why everybody stops at Quick Stop. We're always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Welcome back here to the top of the 5th inning. We're going to have a new pitcher on the mound for the FNBO Nationals with Ty Robinson taking over for Jackson Polk. And then we'll have a new person on over at first base for the side of the Nationals. As I look to take it's going to be Dean McIntyre on over at first. So now we're just going to get once again into musical chairs here. So McIntyre was playing second, and Polk will now move over to second. That's where we saw most of Jackson Polk last year as well. So Jaden Curtis will now be due up for the side of Ogallala here in the top of the 5th inning. It's tied 2-2. Following Curtis, it would normally have been Caden Rezac, and it'll still be Caden Rezac, and then Ian Shaw on deck. Hey, of course, our half innings brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group. You can check out Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group at his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B, as well as Lindemeyer Law. Go to Lindemeyer Law for all your legal needs. Attorneys Bob Lindemeyer and Amanda Spikert, Ken Florum, Kent Turnbull, and Victoria Hervey, and Natalie Hoffman. You can call Lindemeyer Law at 534-6740. Again, now here comes Curtis to start off this top of the fifth inning for Ogallala, with the game now tied 2 apiece. And now Ty Robinson getting his first action of the season for the Nationals. Again, Robinson had a couple of heroic games, most notably in the Cheyenne tournament against some of the toughest competition the Nationals would see all year. His first pitch into Curtis is down low, ball number 1. Curtis grounded out in his first plate appearance and then got out on a dropped third strike when he was trying to get over to first. Now faces Robinson for the first time. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. It's once more, that's down low and hits the dirt in front of Curtis for ball number 2. Robinson did get a couple of warm-up pitches, I believe, in the bottom of the third inning, but from that point on hasn't really gotten anything, so he's going in quite cold for the Nationals here. The 2-0 pitch from Ty Robinson. That's in there. Strike number 1. There's a good bounce back pitch from Ty Robinson. 2-1 to Jaden Curtis. Sets and delivers that pitch. Down low around the knees, ball 3 from Robinson. 3-1. Also, thank you to our sponsors, Allo Communications. Allo has packages that let you experience fast, reliable fiber internet, fiber TV, and fiber phone. The 3-1, high up there, ball 4, so Curtis will waltz on over to first for the first walk of this top of the fifth inning from Ty Robinson. So now Caden Rezac comes up to bat. He's 1 for 2 today with a flyout and a single in his plate appearances. Following Rezac, Ian Shaw, and then Aiden Halligan for the side of Ogallala. Carter Kelly in the infield now as he's moved over to third base. So there's a lot of movement around. I'll have to recorrect my stuff. There's a lot of movement around the base pads. That's in there. Strike number 1 to Rezac. So Carter Kelly has moved over to third base. I believe Polk now on over at short with Johnson at second as that pitch just outside. Ball 1, 1-1 the count now to Rezac. On over at first is Jaden Curtis as Robinson delivers the 1-1. Off speed outside the zone. Ball number 2, 2-1 the count. As Robinson looks at first and now will deliver the 2-1. Swing and foul off the bat there of Rezac. There's strike number 2. 2-2 the count now. So Carter Kelly has moved over to third base. We have Jackson Polk on over at shortstop with Carson Johnson then over at second base for the Nationals, and then Dean McIntyre at first. 2-2 is the count. Ty Robinson delivers. There goes the runner on over at first. That's going to get into center field. Not a base hit. That's going to be a double play as there is Jackson Polk on over at short. Jumped up and gloved the out, and then with that being said, Curtis, who was trying to steal second, got picked off, and with that, 2 are down here in this top of the fifth inning. What a bang-bang play and a perfect out for the Nationals. And with that, 2 are down here in the top of the fifth for Ian Shaw, who's 1 for 2. He singled in his first plate appearance and then grounded into a fielder's choice as the second base bag has come unhinged from its position, so we'll need to get that reset back in. So 2 are down here in this top of the 5th. Ty Robinson on the mound, who has come into relief for Jackson Polk in this game. So the bag's been reset, and now we're ready to rock and roll again. Shaw up to bat here. He's 1 for 2. Aiden Halligan on deck with Max Mueller in the hole for the side of Ogallala. 2 are down, though, in this top of the 5th inning, as Robinson and this infield were able to get a magnificent double play. And now just 1 out away from going to the bottom of the 5th as that swung on and missed from Shaw. There's strike number 1. Big hack with that in the dirt. 0-1 now. Robinson got him with the off speed. So Shaw steps into the box, and now here comes Ty Robinson to deliver the 0-1 pitch. That's in there. Strike number 2. Good pitch from Robinson. Now it's 0-2 the count to Ian Shaw with 2 down. Nationals tied up here with Ogallala 2-2. The top of the 5th inning. Robinson likes a sign from Tristan Byer. He's going to look to be down low. Here comes the 0-2 once more. Well, that's a little too low in the dirt there. Ball number 1, 1-2 the count. So 1-2 with 2 down as Robinson will look down at this inning with a 1-2-3. He sets and delivers. Ooh, fastball high outside. Ball 2. It's 2-2 the count now. 2-2 with 2 down. Robinson likes the sign from Byer and now fires in with that 2-2 pitch. Ooh, once more, that time just outside. Ball 3 went to the off speed this time. Couldn't get it in. So now it's 3-2 with 2 down. A full count to Ian Shaw. As Robinson steps back into the mound. He's ready. Takes a deep breath. Likes the sign. Here comes the full count pitch. That's in there. Strike 3 and the first strikeout of the game for Ty Robinson. Down goes Shaw looking, and that is how the top of the 5th will come to an end. The Nationals gave up no runs on no hits and no errors. We'll now head to the bottom of the 5th inning, tied 2 apiece. We come back here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
Special events, whether it be a wedding, concert, sporting event, convention, or anything else, the DNN Event Center can handle it all. The DNN Event Center is the biggest event center in North Platte. This building is perfectly suited for anything from small gatherings to major events. Rent just one small room or book the entire facility. The choices are endless at the DNN Event Center, your home for exciting events, special moments, and precious memories. Call today to make your reservation at 534-0255.
This is Kurt Carter with Red Willow Chemical. Red Willow Chemical is your one-stop shop for all your crop protection needs. We sell and support products from top manufacturers like Bayer, BASF, Syngenta, Corteva, and FMC. Call me today, 308-340-7751. Visit us online at rwchemical.com to check out all your options and make sure you're getting the right products to optimize yield.
Growing relationships, one crop at a time. Red Willow Chemical.
Welcome back here to the bottom of the 5th inning. FNBO Nationals tied with Ogallala 2-2. 2 runs on 5 hits and 1 error for Ogallala. 2 runs on 2 hits and no errors for the Nationals. Here is once again Aiden Halligan is on the mound going up against Carson Johnson. Johnson 0 for 1. He walked in his first plate appearance and struck out looking in his second. Halligan has given up a couple of hits and, of course, out 2 runs ever since coming into the game. So the Nationals starting to figure out Halligan a little bit more than they did Caden Rezac, and will look to continue on and retake the lead for the first time here tonight in this inning, with Johnson now at the plate. Here comes the first pitch in from Halligan. Way up in the zone. Ball number 1. 1-0 the count. Our half-inning break, of course, brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. You can check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group, his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B, as well as Willow Creek Embroidery. New locations, new owner. Check out Robert and the crew at 1620 East 4th Street, Suite 120, right by the Garys. That pitch falls in. Strike number 1 to Johnson, 1-1. Carter Kelly on deck with Tristan Byer in the hole for the Nationals in this inning. That one once more up high, ball 2 from Halligan. Carter Kelly so far 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts on the day. And then Johnson will love to get on here in this start of the inning. The 2-1. Check swing, and they're going to say it's in there for strike number 2. 2-2 now the count to Carson Johnson, who started out playing third base and now has moved over to second. As time is going to be called by the home plate umpire. And now ready to rock and roll as Halligan gets the sign from Shaw and delivers the 2-2. That is going to bounce off the leg there of one Carson Johnson, so he'll walk on over to first base after being hit by that pitch. And now that brings up Carter Kelly to the plate. Again, 0 for 2. Struck out looking in his first plate appearance and struck out swinging in his second. Would love to get on base here for the Nationals and move Johnson over. Johnson is a steal threat, so Halligan will have to watch out. As Halligan will deliver into Carter Kelly. He rockets that into the gap in the left center, and Johnson's going to go on over to third. Carter Kelly's going to try to extend it into 2. Does he get there in time? He does. That is a no-out double there from Carter Kelly. And with that, runners are in scoring position for the Nationals, with nobody out for Tristan Byer. Now, again, I talked about how the field's going to play a factor in this game. It's so wet out there, it probably could have almost, I wouldn't say go to the fence line, but probably could have brought Carson Johnson home on normal conditions. But since it hit the outfield grass, it just died instantly. So Ogallala lucky to not have a run come across, but now 2 runners are in scoring position for Tristan Byer. He's 0 for 1, struck out swinging in his first plate appearance and walked in his second. First pitch in from Halligan is outside, ball 1. Kelly gets second, Johnson at third. As Halligan sets and delivers the 1-0. Check swing, but it's in there any which way. Strike number 1. 1-1 the count now. So Halligan will take a deep breath as he's looking to get the sign from Sean. Byer steps into the batter's box. Halligan now into the mound. Likes the sign from Shaw. And now here comes the 1-1 count. Ooh, that's too far inside. Ball number 2 to Tristan Byer. Nobody out here. Bottom of the 5th inning. Nationals in prime position here to get not just one, but maybe both runs home here in this inning, with Dean McIntyre on deck and Jackson Polk in the hole. The FNBO Nationals. Halligan sets and delivers. Check swing, but once again, that's too low. Ball 3, 3-1. I don't want to say it. Could be seeing a bases loaded situation for the Nationals here with a 3-1 count to Tristan Byer. As Halligan sets and now delivers the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss from Byer, though. There's strike number 2. Now it's a 3-2 count with 2 on and nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. On over at second is Carter Kelly with Carson Johnson at first. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss from Byer. He'll go down swinging. And with that, the first down of this inning. That brings up Dean McIntyre to the plate. He's 0 for 1. He walked in his first plate appearance, then struck out swinging in his second. Jackson Polk on deck with Ty Robinson in the hole for the Nationals. Halligan will get the sign in from Shaw. Still 2 runners on and 1 out. The glance at third from Halligan, and the delivery. As McIntyre tried to lay the bunt down, but there's strike number 1 to McIntyre. Tried to bunt Carson Johnson home, but didn't pull back in time, so it's a 0-1 count now to McIntyre. 0-1 with one out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Nationals threatening to score with runners at second and third base. Halligan wants to get out of this inning, not allowing the run to come across. The 0-1 pitch. It's again almost hit McIntyre. Had to evade that one, but there's ball number 1. 1-1 the count. 1-1 the count with one down. As Halligan steps off the mound and resets. Get the sign from Ian Shaw. Glance on over at third base to Carson Johnson as another one laid down by McIntyre. The throw home is going to be in safely in time, so there goes Carson Johnson as McIntyre did lay down the best bunt as it went right on back to the pitcher, Halligan. So Johnson gets called out at home, so now we have runners at the corners with 2 down to bring up Jackson Polk. So now with 2 down, Carter Kelly now moves on over to third, and McIntyre at first. Delivery into Polk as McIntyre goes running on over to second, and he'll get there with a stand-up. Stolen base, so we're right back to runners in scoring position with McIntyre at second. Kelly on over at first. Polk is 0 for 2. He flew out in his first plate appearance and then reached on an error in his second. A 1-0 count from Aiden Halligan as here comes Halligan's pitch into Polk. It's high in the zone once more, ball 2, so now it's a 2-0 count to Jackson Polk, who was pitching, now playing shortstop. 2-0, Carter Kelly at third, McIntyre at second. Halligan still on the mound, delivers. Down low, ball 3 into Jackson Polk. So now it's a 3-0 count with Ty Robinson on deck and Race Morkey in the hole for the Nationals. As Halligan gets the sign from Shaw and will deliver now the 3-0 count to Jackson Polk here. Down low, ball number 4. So with that, Polk walks on over to first on 4 straight pitches. And now here comes Ty Robinson as Ty Benson, the head coach for Ogallala, stepping out. Calm down, Aiden Halligan. So now the bases are loaded for Ty Robinson, who's 1 for 2. He struck out swinging in his first plate appearance and then reached on a bunt in his second. As Halligan now delivers. That's in there, strike number 1 to Robinson, who's now pitching in this ball game. He has the bases loaded. A super immensely prime opportunity for the Nationals to take the lead here. The pitch. Down low there, ball number 1 to Robinson. 1-1 the count now. Following Robinson, Race Morkey and then Andrew Brocious. As Halligan will get the sign from Shaw as there is still no action for Ogallala. He'll deliver the 1-1. That one driven out to center field, but back at it and grabbing it there is Max Mueller, and that's how this inning will come to an end. Runners in scoring position did not bring any fruits for the FNBO Nationals as we now head to the top of the 6th inning. Nationals still tied with Ogallala 2-2.
Ah, summer. Time for outdoors and Dave's Place.
What? Those two don't go together.
Sure they do. Why should I have to be slaving in the kitchen when all we have to do is go to Dave's Place for food that the entire family enjoys?
I like how you think, Mama.
Make sure to get outdoors. But when it's time for the best pizza, wings, and fun, head indoors into Dave's Place. Games for the kiddos, pool and drinks for the adults, and food for everyone. Dave's Place Pizza and Wings. Your summer starts here.
Distinction is important. It helps you stand out from the rest. So why not establish yourself with exceptional personalization from Willow Creek Embroidery? Have you heard they have men's jeans up to waist 60, shirts and jackets up to 6XL, and they are expanding on their in-stock big and tall every week. They also are the area's only authorized retailer of Cubbies, a customizable handmade plush toy. They also sell gift cards, perfect for any birthday or special event. See you soon at 1620 East 4th Street, Suite 120, right by the Garys.
FNBO Nationals American Legion Baseball on 98.1 and 1410 AM. Presented by North Platte Kubota and the D&N Event Center.
Welcome back here to Bill Wood Field, top of the 6th inning. Nationals still tied with Ogallala 2-2. The bases were loaded for the Nationals. Fortunately, couldn't get a run to come across. Probably head coach Ricky Holmes not too happy about, in his own mind, him sending Carson Johnson home on that bunt attempt from Dean McIntyre. And because of that, an opportunity for the Nationals squandered. So now we'll head to the top of the 6th inning with Aiden Halligan up to bat. He's 1 for 2, doubled in his first plate appearance, and then grounded out in his second. Nationals tied with Ogallala here. 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for Ogallala. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Nationals. Again, Robinson's still on the mound for FNBO as that pitch down low in the dirt. Ball number 1 from Ty Robinson. Following Halligan, Max Mueller, and then Cole Stokey for Ogallala. Robinson now with the 1-0 pitch. Popped up. And that'll slice out of play foul. Strike number 1. 1-1 now the count. Nobody out here. AR Half-Inning Breaks course brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. You can check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group, his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. As well as Premier Toyota. Premier Toyota, just south of I-80 in North Platte. Invite you to stop out and take a test drive as that's going to go fair down the third base side. Halligan's going to run on over for 2 once again. Is he going to lead off the game with a double? Oh my gosh, a bang play on over at second. Good throw coming in from Brocious in left, but Halligan gets in with the double. And now a runner in scoring position for Ogallala here with Max Mueller. He singled and doubled in his 2 plate appearances for the side of Ogallala. He's on cycle watch, just needs a triple and then a home run to achieve it. But so far, it's a 2-2 game. Ogallala now threatening to score with a runner at second. Popped up, though, there from Mueller, as now getting under it and looking to glove it. Oh, it bounces out of the glove of Tristan Byer, as he and Dean McIntyre were charging for it. Byer called for it, but couldn't glove it. So there's strike number 1 to Max Mueller. Again, Halligan at second for Ogallala here. Tied up 2 apiece, threatening to score once more. As Robinson glances on over at second and delivers. Check swing, but that's going to then be called for a strike there, as he did stumble and fall forward as he went for the swing. So 0-2 the count now. Oh and 2, nobody out. Runner at second being Halligan. As Robinson delivers, that one slow roller, going to get on over to Carter Kelly at third. It gets out of his glove, and with that, Mueller's going to get on with yet another. He's going to get on with another hit that time, as Carter Kelly couldn't hold on to it, as he'll reach on an error there. Mueller does. So now here comes Cole Stokey with nobody out. and 2 runners on. He has struck out, though, twice in this game, swinging on his first attempt and then looking on his second. Again, Halligan at second and Mueller now at first for Ogallala. As Stokey could bunt and move the runners up. As Robinson tries to get the throw on over. Uh-oh, and now there goes the runner on over to third base and then on over to second. Robinson tried to pick off Halligan at second, but the ball slipped away from, I believe, that would be Jackson Polk. And because of that, the runners now advance on up to second and third with nobody out, and now a head coach, Ricky Holmes, will come out and have a talk with his infield. I don't believe there's any action in the bullpen for the Nationals, but that is now the second error for the Nationals here in quick succession. It's now Ogallala with a chance to score with runners at third and second. Halligan at third, Mueller at second, and Cole Stokey up to bat. He, though, is 0 for 2, but Ogallala does have 2 outs to play with to maybe sacrifice one of them to get home. As Robinson will now look to deliver the first pitch into Stokey. He delivers. Down low, ball number 1. Infield is playing basically to the grass line, expecting Stokey to bunt, which would make the most sense to get a run home. But with the way the field is moisture-wise and how resilient it is to any rolling, I wouldn't be surprised as that one slow chipper on over to third, and now we're in a bit of a pickle between Halligan and the Nationals as Halligan tries to get back to Carter Kelly. Now stuck, trying to go home with it. Back to Robinson. Robinson now going to throw on over. Here comes a charge, and Halligan's going to get off the base path. So that's an out. But with that bunt, the runner, here it comes this one, with that an attempt, the runner who was at Mr. Stokey now goes all the way over to second, so there's one down and still runners in scoring position at second and third for Jesse Ortega, who has walked in both of his plate appearances. Infield once again up to the grass line. Mueller at third with Stokey at first. Excuse me, at second. Correction. Robinson's pitch into Ortega is in there for strike number 1. 0-1 the count. So Ogallala still has 1 out to play with in terms of trying to get a sacrifice in. As Robinson delivers the 0-1. That off-speed slow roller gets on over to Polk, over to first in time, and with that 2 down. So now the Nationals here with 2 down comes Charlie Nielsen. He's reached both times on fielder's choices. He's 0 for 2 today. But now with 2 down, Ogallala cannot try to find any sacrifice attempts. With, again, still 2 runners on the base paths at second and third base. Still threatening to score. Now, back-to-back innings, the Nationals and Ogallala have threatened to score, but have so far been unable to do so as that swung on and missed from Nielsen. Strike number 1. Just yet again, opportunities after opportunities for either squad to break this tie ball game, but have been unsuccessful in doing so. As Robinson sets and delivers his 0-1. That's down low and just falls out of Byers' glove there, but ball number 1, 1-1. Following Nielsen, Michael Redden for Ogallala, and then Jaden Curtis, but Michael Redden is not out there. We couldn't have a pitching change here in this one if it gets to Redden, as taking practice swings is Paul Heckman for Ogallala. 1-2 the count with 2 down here in the top of the 6th inning. Robinson likes to side from Byer and delivers the 1-1. Swing and a miss from Nielsen there. Strike number 2. 1-2 the count now. 2 down. Haven't seen any action in the bullpen for Ogallala, so interesting to see who they'll throw out pitching-wise, if it is a pitching change. Now Robinson sets. He'll look to get the strikeout and end this inning. 1-2. Ooh, I say that, though. Too far inside, down low. Ball 2 to Nielsen. Again, Nielsen has reached in both of his base attempts on fielder's choices. 0 for 2 officially today. 2 down here, top of the 6th inning. Robinson likes to sign from Byer. He'll get set. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. In there, strike number 3, and the inning will come to an end. The Nationals get out of a scary situation and now head to the bottom of the 6th inning, looking to break this tie. It's 2-2. We come back here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming, NordPlattePost.com.
Is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe in a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
Find me, Brent Rogo, at 502 East Francis.
Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan Lincoln for your next vehicle. Look online 24/7 at BillSummers.com. Bill Summers is Western Nebraska's leasing headquarters, and they have aggressive financing to get you into the vehicle you've been dreaming of. Check out all the inventory at BillSummers.com anytime. Bill Summers Ford Honda Nissan Lincoln, where families are our business. Highway 83 and Walker Road in North Platte, and online 24/7 at BillSummers.com.
Going back here to the bottom of the 6th inning. Nationals currently tied here with Ogallala 2-2. Either side has had many of attempts or opportunities here in these last couple of innings to get one run across, but have been unsuccessful in doing so. So Nationals will try once again here in the bottom of the 6th with Race Morkey up to bat. He walked in his first plate appearance and then singled in his next one. He's 1 for 1 against, again, Aiden Halligan, who is still on the mound for Ogallala. No warming up in their bullpen so far. Our half-inning breaks brought to you in part by the Fortifying Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortifying Group at his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. As well as Dave's Place, pizza and wings. Meet your friends or bring the family and enjoy the pizza of the month, daily specials, wings, and more at Dave's Place. So here comes Race Morkey up the bat against Halligan. He's up 44 pitches, 23 strikes, 21 balls for Halligan, as that pitch is too far inside. Ball number 1. Want to know the count. 2 runs on 6 hits and 1 error for Ogallala. 2 runs on 3 hits and 2 errors for FNBO and the Nationals, as that pitch, once more, that time too far outside. Ball 2. 2-0 the count. As Halligan sets and delivers. That one fouled off the bat of Morkey behind the grandstands for strike number 1. 2-1 the count now. 2-1 now into Morkey, who will lead off this bottom of the 6th inning. Halligan sets and delivers. Swing and a miss from Morkey, and a pitch that was high up in the zone there. Strike number 2. Following Morkey, Andrew Brocious, and then Caden Johnson for the Nationals. As Halligan look at the sign and deliver the 2-2. Off speed in there. Strike number 3 as Morkey goes down looking. And there's the first out of this inning. With now Brocious up to bat for the Nationals. He's 0 for 2, struck out swinging in his first plate appearance, and then offensive interference in his second, as it seemed like he obstructed the plate when Race Morkey was trying to come home on a home plate steal. So that run didn't come across, and that's where we'll still stick at 2-2. First pitch into Brocious is in there. Strike number 1. An 0-1 count now with 1 out here in this bottom of the 6th inning. Nationals tie with Ogallala at 2-2. The pitch. Pulls back. Brocious on that bunt attempt, and now with that, that's now 0-2 as that's in there. Strike number 2 is Brocious now in a scary spot to go down on strikes here with Halligan stepping and delivering the 0-2 pitch. Slow roller going to get on over to second with Stokey. It gets through Stokey's glove, and with that, Andrew Brocious will get on following an error, as that bounces right through the glove of Stokey. And now brings up Caden Johnson to bat. A little bit of a blessing from the baseball gods has now gotten Brocious on, and an opportunity for the Nationals yet again to threaten to get a score here. We're tied 2 apiece in the bottom of the 6th. Brocious is 1 for 3, struck out swinging. He got on with a bunt and then struck out looking in his third plate appearance. Has Brocious on over at first. So an opportunity for the Nationals now to have their next opportunity to get runs across as that's outside. Johnson, ball number 1. 1-0 with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th, following following Johnson, Carson Johnson, then Carter Kelly. Another pickoff attempt from Halligan gets Brocious back. So 1-0 the count here. Now head coach going to talk with his hitting core down in the dugout. Pitch fouled off bat there of Caden Johnson, strike number 1. 1-1 now the count with 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Nationals so far tied up here with Ogallala. Either side has had chances to break this tie ball game, but have failed to do so. But the Nationals now with their next opportunity with a runner at first as that pitch high in the zone, ball 2. 2-1 now the count to Caden Johnson. Brocious at first. Halligan will glance on over at Brocious. Does have the speed and delivery. Popped up. That's drifting out to center field. Underneath it gets Mueller. He'll glove it there for out number 2. Johnson goes down with the fly out. And now that brings up Carson Johnson to the plate. Johnson so far today 0 for 1. He walked in his first plate appearance, struck out looking in his second, but was hit by a pitch in his third. Will love to keep this inning alive for the Nationals with still 2 down, but a runner at first being Andrew Brocious. Following Johnson's going to be Carter Kelly, and then Tristan Byer the throw on over to first on the pickoff. No good as it gets Brocious back. Had a pretty long lead on over at first, but gets back successfully with his speed. So here we go once again. Halligan get the sign in from Shaw and look to deliver his now 57th pitch of this ball game. He delivers. Brocious goes, rocket into the left field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. They're going to send, Brocious was thinking about going to third, but he stops, puts the brakes on. So a 2-out single there from Carson Johnson. You needed a hit. He comes up reliable out there. Able to get that hit. So now we have 2 runners on with 2 down for Carter Kelly. He struck out in his first plate appearance looking, struck out swinging in his second, but did double in his third. A home run here would bust this game wide open. As Halligan delivers, that's down low. The double steal attempt from the Nationals is a raving success, as they now advance again up to a great position with Brocious now on over at third. And then Johnson at second. As that first pitch into Carter Kelly was called ball 1. Kelly, a great opportunity to bring home some runs again and bust this game wide open. Runners in scoring position. Halligan delivers. That's in there. Right around the knees. Strike number 1, 1-1. 1-1 with 2 down here for Carter Kelly. As Halligan delivers. That's down low in the dirt there. Ball number 2. as Shaw did a good job of cutting it off and not allowing it to bounce away. So 2-1 now to Carter Kelly, as Halligan glances on over at third and delivers. Popped up on that one, and it'll slice out a play foul. Strike number 2 from Carter Kelly. So 2-2 is the count with 2 down here. Kelly would love to get a single here or a double like he did in his last plate appearance to bring these runs home, as Halligan will step off and recollect himself. He'll now get the sign from Ian Shaw. The 2-2 pitch in from Aiden Halligan. Way up, it gets away from Ian Shaw. 1 run will score. That's going to be Brocious, and just like that, Carter Kelly does not need to do anything with it, as that is high and away. Gets right back to the backstop, and Brocious now gets home on the wild pitch. So now 1 run comes across. It's a 3-2 ball game with the Nationals up and Carson Johnson at third. A 3-2 count in to Carter Kelly. He delivers. That's going to hit Carter Kelly in the back, and with that, the walk-on over to first base. So now here comes Tristan Byer with runners at the corners for Ogallala, and 2 down. Kelly at first with Carson Johnson at third. Nationals now lead 3-2. The pressure of that pitch got to Aiden Halligan. He threw it over the head of Ian Shaw. Halligan hasn't done that at all here in his pitches in this game, but did so at a crucial moment, and now FNBO and the Nationals lead 3-2. Halligan will glance over at first and now at third and deliver the pitch into Tristan Byer, high up in the zone, ball number 1. Byer today 0 for 2. He struck out swinging in his first plate appearance, walked in his second, and then struck out swinging in his third. With Dean McIntyre up next, Jackson Polk in the hole, the Nationals could continue the pour on the runs here with 2 down, as Carson Kelly easily has waltzed over to second with a stolen base, as that pitch is in there, though, for strike number 1. 1-1 the count. 2 down here in this inning. Nationals lead 3-2. The 1-1 from Halligan. Oh, it's going to bounce off of Tristan Byer, as now Ty Benson's going to come out, the head coach for Ogallala, and have a talk with Aiden Halligan after yet again another player was hit by a pitch. Are we going to have a pitching change? I believe, are we going to have, there's a cold pitching change would be quite crazy at the moment here. With nobody warmed up in the bullpen for Ogallala, throwing in somebody cold, which they are. Oh my good heavens, it looks like they are. Are they going to send Cole Stokey to the mound? They are, so we'll have a pitching change here. Cole Stokey will be taking over cold for Aiden Halligan. That's quite a bold move here for Ogallala. Stokey will come in with the bases loaded, facing Dean McIntyre, going absolutely cold. Crazy. We're right now here, though, at Bill Wood Field with a 3-2 Nationals lead over Ogallala in the bottom of the 6th inning. I'd assume going on over to second is going to be Halligan, but still crazy. Dean McIntyre's up to bat next. He's 1 for 2. He walked in his first plate appearance, struck out swinging in his second, and got on base with a bunt in his third. Carson Johnson's on over at third with Carter Kelly at second, and then Tristan Byer over at first for the Nationals. Again, our half-inning breaks brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. You can check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group, his new location, 621 South Dewey Sweet beat. Well, here goes Cole Stokey on the mound. Stokey completely cold with no warm-ups whatsoever. Will now take over for Ogallala, and this is quite a, if you're an Ogallala fan, a scary situation with the bases loaded and Ray Smorky up to bat. So Halligan now moves over, I believe, to third, but Stokey now will take over, face Dean McIntyre. First pitch, though, down in the dirt, ball number 1. So Halligan moves over to short. I believe then Ortega moves on over to second. And then on over at third is going to be Jaden Curtis for Ogallala. That pitch down low once more. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes here against McIntyre. Following McIntyre, Jackson Polk, and then Ty Robinson. As here comes a pitch from Stokey. That one finally finds the strike zone for strike number 1. 2-1 the count now. So 2-1 with 2 down here. Stokey sets and delivers. Ooh, that one in the top part of the plate. Strike number 2. That one just barely clipping the inside part. So now it's 2-2 the count to McIntyre with 2 outs. As here goes Carson Johnson. He's going to go home. Does he get there in time? No, he does not. So with that, that is how the inning comes to an end. It was a close try, and just so close as, man, the pitcher, Stokey, was not ready for it and just barely got it home in time. And with that, that is how this bottom of the 6th inning will come to an end. 1 run did come across for the Nationals. We head to the top of the 7th, the last inning of play in this ball game, and the last top of the half inning for Ogallala. If the Nationals can hold through here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
Great Plains Health Orthopedics in North Platte is ready to serve you with board-certified orthopedic surgeons and a team of medical professionals who specialize in hip, knee, and shoulder joint replacements and revisions, minor to complex hand injuries, sports medicine for both the serious athlete and the weekend warrior, new and innovative operative and non-operative procedures, and work-related injuries. Same-week appointments are available. Call Great Plains Health Orthopedics today.
Your health is our mission. Great Plains Health.
It's not too late to register your students for the fall 2023 Bullpup preschool or kindergarten year at North Platte Public Schools. We are excited to assist you at the Welcome Center located at 301 West F Street in North Platte, and we are open from 7:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Or you can register from the comfort of your own home online at mppsd.org. Come learn and grow with us at North Platte Public Schools.
Welcome back here to Billwood Field, top of the 7th inning, last half top half inning of play for Ogallala here. The Nationals lead 3-2 here. 3 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors for the Nationals. 2 runs on 6 hits and 2 errors on the side of Ogallala. Josh Christensen will be pinch hitting here in this top of the 7th against Ty Robinson. Robinson's up to 30 pitches, 18 strikes, and 12 balls. We'll be facing Christensen to start this top of the 7th with the Nationals holding on to a 1-run lead. Could be the potential, again, as I said, last half inning of play for Ogallala offensively if Robinson could get out here. So following Christensen, it should be Jaden Curtis and then Caden Rezak for Ogallala. Robinson once more still on the mound. Nationals lead 3-2. Our half-inning breaks, of course, brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. You can check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. His new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. Robinson sets and delivers his first pitch in 2-1. Josh Christensen, as I say that, he steps out before he gets it out. So we'll try once more. Christensen again pinch hitting for Ogallala. As Robinson sets and delivers. That's too far in. Ball number 1. Also, thank you to Wicked Fast. Are you looking for a fuel stop that's wicked fast and easy to use? Then head over to Wicked Fast, the most advanced gas station in town. They are located across from the Do It Center in North Platte. So that next pitch in there, strike number 1 to Christensen, 1-1 the count. As Robinson sets and now delivers his 1-1 pitch. Off speed. Oh, just a bit outside. Ball 2. 2-1 the count. We're talking millimeters on that outside part of the zone. 2-1 now. That one sliced foul down the first base side. Strike number 2. 2-2 the count now. Again, Jaden Curtis on deck with Caden Rezac in the hole. The 1-2 top of the order after Christensen. We do have some action looks like working out in the bullpen. Maybe for Ogallala if they get that far. Here comes the 2-2. Slow roller, once again sliced foul down the third base side. 2-2. So Ogallala will have, I believe that is Cole Stokey. It is Cole Stokey out there just warming up. If Ogallala gets that part in this ball game. As Robinson now will deliver the 2-2. Oh, another one sliced foul. That one just off the very close part of the bottom end of the bat. So once more, 2-2 to Christensen. As Robinson sets and now fires. That's way far outside there. Ball number 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes now to Christensen. I don't believe there's any action in the bullpen for the Nationals at the moment. So we'll stick with Robinson the rest of the way. As Christensen into the batter's box, Robinson into the mound. Steps, the 3-2. Check swing, it's in there, strike 3. Down goes Christensen. And with that, the first out of this inning. Man, now that time, once more, just millimeters on that outside part of the plate, this time in favor of Ty Robinson. And there is the first out of this inning to bring up Jaden Curtis. He's 0 for 2. He grounded out in his first plate appearance. He got out on a drop third strike and then walked in his third. Robinson delivers. Ooh, that one way up in the zone. Ball number 1 to Curtis. Good glove from Tristan Beyer. Flashing the leather on that one. It's Robinson now with a 1-0 count will step in. Facing off against Jaden Curtis. Robinson sets and delivers. Off speed, outside, ball 2. 2-0 the count now to Jaden Curtis. What a game this has been between these two teams. As Robinson will deliver the 2-0 count to Curtis. That's in there, strike number 1. 2-1 the count now to Curtis. Nationals gave up 2 runs in that top of the first inning from Jackson Polk, and then were able to bounce back in the bottom of the third, and then as well in the bottom of the fourth, and now bottom of the 6th inning, and lead 3-2 as that pitch in there. Strike 2 in the top half of the plate. Whoo, mama. So now here's a 2-2 count to Jaden Curtis, with Ty Robinson looking to get another strikeout and move to the final out of this inning. Robinson sets and delivers the 2-2. So, that just barely fouled off the bat of Curtis. So we'll still stay 2-2. Following Curtis, Caden Rezac on deck with Ian Shaw in the hole. As now here comes Robinson. He'll get the sign from Beyer that he likes, but step off and take a breath. As now Curtis steps back in. Here comes Ty Robinson. The 2-2 pitch. Oh, that's in the dirt there. Ball number 3. 3-2 now the count to Curtis. 1 out here in this top of the 7th inning. The potential last half inning of play in this ball game. With Ogallala at the moment trailing 3-2. 3-2 count. Robinson gets the sign from Byer. He steps in and fires. That's down low in the dirt ball 4, so Curtis walks his way on over to first. And now here comes Caden Rezac. He's 1 for 3, a fly out, a single, and then another fly out in his plate appearances as now out comes head coach Ricky Holmes. Talk with his infield. With 1 runner on at first base. I still don't believe there's any action in the bullpen for the Nationals right now. So we'll still stick with Robinson the rest of the way, but Jaden Curtis is on over at first with Rezac up to bat. He is 1 for 3 today, Caden Rezac. He is 2 flyouts and a single. That doesn't mean he can turn it all around right here. Nationals do lead 3-2, slim margin. But we'll look to get out of this game with the W and start off the season once again in the win column. Curtis at first does have the wheels, so he can steal if given the opportunity. Robinson glances on over at first. He'll get the sign from Tristan Byer he likes. Take a deep breath, and now we'll deliver. Oh, that's going to bounce off of the helmet of Caden Rezac. So with that, Rezac now moves his way on over to first. And I think that's going to do it for Ty Robinson. That is going to do it for Robinson. So I believe they're going to bring in Carson Johnson. Yep, Carson Johnson's now going to come into pitch in this game. So they're bringing the close around here. Carson Johnson, again, cold as well. Correction, he warmed up in the bullpen that I was not aware of. And I got the I got the assistant Timo on the other side of the wood line help me out here. So Johnson will take over on the mound for the Nationals here with 2 runners on and 1 out here. In this top of the 7th inning. So with that, Ty Robinson now moves over to first with McIntyre now over to second base. What a crazy, well, I was going to say, what a crazy game. This game only gets crazier as we're still here top of the 7th. 3-2 ball game, 3 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors for the Nationals. 2 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for Ogallala. They have 2 runners on at second and first. Curtis at second, Rezac at first, with now Ian Shaw up to bat. He's 1 for 3 with a single, reached on a fielder's choice, and struck out looking in his last plate appearance. As closer Carson Johnson comes in a situation where the team needs him, do have another opportunity if 1 run does come across for Ogallala here in the bottom of the 7th inning if we get there. But Johnson and the Nationals would love to not be able to, or would like to not have that opportunity be presented to them. And get out of this game right here. Following Shaw, Aiden Halligan and Max Mueller. Again, the tough part of the order for Ogallala that have accrued many hits today. That 4 and 5 hole hitting position. So now with 1 down and 2 runners on, here comes Ian Shaw up to bat for the Nationals. For the Nationals. Well, for Ogallala's, Carson Johnson gets another warm-up pitch in. So here we go, ready to rock and roll. 2 runners on, 1 down here, top of the 7th inning. I believe head coach Ricky Holmes has put a line in the floor with how many times he's walked up and down that fence line. Johnson's first pitch in to Ian Shaw as he glances at second. It's just too far in. Ball number 1. 1 ball, no strikes now to Shaw, the catcher. Halligan on deck and Mueller in the hole. Shaw gets a sign from Tristan Byer. Will glance once more at second. And now deliver the 1-0 pitch as he once more takes a couple glances and delivers that time. That's down low. Ball 2 to Shaw. Still 1 down in this inning. The count, 1 out here. As Johnson delivers. That one, slow roller, gets on over. The double play might happen. The throw to first is in time. No! Oh gosh, it gets away from Ty Robinson at first, so the run scores. Now we're all tied up. Oh my good heavens. What could have been a game-ending play now turns into a 3-3 ball game. As Shaw reaches on base, 1 run will come across in Curtis. As the throw to first couldn't get there in time. So now Aiden Halligan comes up to bat against Carson Johnson with a 3-3 ball game in hand. 1-0 the count from Johnson. Delivers to Halligan. There goes the runner on over at first, but that's fouled off by Halligan. So it's 1-1 the count now. Unbelievable how this game just turned out here in this top of the 7th inning. As the Nationals had an opportunity to get that double play and just pulled Robinson off the bag, and it bounced away from him and allowed Curtis to come home. So it's a 3-3 game. That pitch is outside. Ball number 2, 2-1 the count now. 3 runs on 6 hits and 2 errors for Ogallala. 3 runs, 4 hits, 3 errors for the Nationals. As Johnson now will deliver the 2-1 pitch into Halligan. That one chopping out of the glove of both Carter Kelly and Jackson Polk. So with 2 down, the game still continues on as Halligan gets on with the single. As now Max Mueller checks in. He singled in his first plate appearance, doubled in his second, and then reached on an error in his third. 2 runners on for Ogallala. Shaw on over at second. Halligan at first, with Mueller potentially in position to bring another run home for Ogallala. Johnson sets, glances at second, delivers the first pitch in. That's a good one. That's in there. Strike number 1. Carson Johnson. He's up to 8 pitches, 4 strikes, and 4 balls here in this top of the 7th inning. As Johnson glances at second. Here comes his 0-1 pitch. Check swing, but that's down low. Ball number 1, 1-1 the count. Once again, Mueller at first with Shaw at second. There could be a double steal attempt from Ogallala if presented the opportunity. But Johnson, though, will keep glancing at second to hold Shaw back. The 1-1 pitch. That's down low. Ball number 2, the throw on over to third, not in time. So with that, Ian Shaw will successfully get on over to third base. So now runners at the corners. 2-1 the count now to Mueller. So now just a single to the outfield will score another run for Ogallala. As now stepping off Mueller to take a breath. Now steps in and will look to deliver here. 2-1 the count with 2 down. Johnson glances at third. now delivers. That one absolutely crushed on over to the center right field area, but it'll be gloved in the outfield there by Caden Johnson, and that is how this inning will come to an end, not before one run did come across for Ogallala. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Nationals an opportunity to walk it off here when we come back here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
Kurt Carter with Red Willow Chemical. Red Willow Chemical is your one-stop shop for all your crop protection needs. We sell and support products from top manufacturers like Bayer, BASF, Syngenta, Corteva, and FMC. Call me today, 308-340-7751. Visit us online at rwchemical.com to check out all your options and make sure you're getting the right products to optimize yield.
Growing relationships one crop at a time. Red Willow Chemical. Your health is our mission. Great Plains Health.
Are you or a loved one in need of medical equipment to improve your quality of life? Look no further than Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment. Our state-of-the-art and affordable medical products are specifically designed to return your independence. From manual and power wheelchairs, mobility scooters, and lift chairs to walking aids, ramps, hospital beds, and bath safety products. We have everything you need to make your home a comfortable and safe place to live. We even provide CPAP and BiPAP equipment and supplies, as well as oxygen equipment and supplies. Call Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment today.
FNBO Nationals American Legion Baseball on 98.1 and 1410 AM. Presented by North Platte Kubota and the D&N Event Center.
Welcome back here to Bill Wood Field. It's currently a 3-3 ball game here, bottom of the 7th inning. Have you heard of a walk-off before, ladies and gentlemen? You could be witnessing one here tonight. I've knocked on wood. You hush over there. It's a 3-3 ball game here, bottom of the 7th inning. Cole Stokey still on the mound. He will have Dean McIntyre leading off this game, or this bottom of the 7th, because again, Carson Johnson tried for the home steal in their last bottom half of the inning. It just fell, I'm talking maybe a couple inches short of getting there safely, but now McIntyre will have an opportunity to start off this bottom of the 7th with a bang and get the Nationals in a chance to score the game-winning run and walk it off here in the bottom of the 7th. They did so last year against Ogallala in the opening game. Can they do it here again today? Well, you'll just have to find out. Our half-inning breaks, course, brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group at his new location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. Also, thank you to the Shelter Insurance guys, Pete Poles and Brett Rogo. Go see them for auto, home, life, and more. It's Shelter Insurance. That pitch down low there, strike number 1 to McIntyre. So 0-1 the count now. As Stokey sets and delivers. That one down low, ball 2. Well, excuse me, ball 1. 1-1 now the count. Stokey 6 pitches so far after coming in relief for Aiden Halligan. 3 balls, 3 strikes. The 1-1 from Stokey. That one going to get on fair down the third base side. So with that, McIntyre's going to get on with an infield, with a single, excuse me. And that is how you start this bottom of the 7th inning with a bang as McIntyre gets on. And now here comes Jackson Polk, because we're going to have a courtesy runner, or excuse me, a pinch runner coming on here for the side of the Nationals. It's going to be Ty Hanneborg. As Hanneborg will now be taken over as the runner for McIntyre, and will have time called as so time's called at the plate, as we'll have an infield discussion from the side of the, of Ogallala, as Cole Stokey gets a little words of encouragement from his dugout. As Hanneborg will be over at first again. Pinch running for Dan McIntyre. As first pitch in from Stokey's in there. Strike number 1 to Polk. So for 2 today, flew out, reached on an error. It's Hanneborg with a nice jump. Rolls into second, and he is safe there. One base closer here as Hanneborg gets to second. Now it's a 1-1 count to Jackson Polk. Again, he's 0 for 2 today. As Stokey glances on over at second and delivers. Down low to Ian Shaw. Their ball 2 to Jackson Polk. 2-1 the count now. Nobody out. Hanneborg on at second. The Nationals do have 2 free outs essentially to play with to get Hanneborg home. As Stokey delivers. That's in there. Late call, but in there. Strike number 2. 2-2 the count. As the pitch, outside. There's ball 3 to Jackson Polk. So it's 3-2 the countdown. Nobody out. Hanneborg on. With Polk looking to draw maybe the walk here. As Stokey sets. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Popped up. That's drifting towards left field. Onwards comes Redden, and he gets under it there for the first down here of this inning. Polk pops that up and flies it out to the outfield. So now Ty Robinson comes up to the plate. Robinson 1 for 3. Struck out swinging in his first plate appearance. Got on with a bunt in his second and then flew out in his third. With 1 down here, yet again another opportunity for the Nationals to advance Hanneborg. As Stokey sets and delivers. That's down low. Almost gets away from Shaw. Ball number 1. Again, 1 more free out essentially for the Nationals here. Again, Hanneborg's got the speed at second. As Stokey glances at second. Delivers. In there. Strike number 1. 1-1 the count now to Ty Robinson. Following Robinson, Race Morkey, and then Andrew Brocious. 1-1 with 1 out here. Bottom of the 7th inning. Hanneborg on over at second. Stokey gets set. And delivers. That one rocketed. Foul down the third base side. Oh, my heavens. Robinson just a bit too early on the swing, pulls it foul barely. And now it's a 1-2 count with 1 out here in this bottom of the 7th. That would have brought Hanneborg home, but just barely couldn't get it. So now a 1-2 count to Robinson with 1 down. Stokey on the mound. Will now set to deliver the 1-2. That one driven into center field. Does it get down? Oh, what a glove. It doesn't get there. So Hanneborg's coming home. He's going to do it. Another walk-off. And just like that, the Nationals do it again in back-to-back games against Ogallala at home. A bottom of the 7th inning walk-off hit. And the Nationals pick up the victory here in game number 1. 4-2-3, and none other than Ty Robinson, who last year came up so clutch in many situations where he is needed. He pulls through yet again and picks up the victory here for FNBO and the Nationals to start this season 1-0. What a game. What a back-and-forth game this has been. No team really was in firm control, even though Ogallala had the early 2-0 lead in that top of the first inning. They couldn't pull through, and they fall the Nationals in this one 4-3. Unbelievable scenes. It looked like for just a second out there that Max Mueller gloved it on the leap. Couldn't get it. And then they were saying that it wasn't caught, and because of it, Hanneborg would have been out at second. But it came across different, and with that, the Nationals will pick up the victory here today. Start their season off 1-0 and do it with an absolute bang against Ogallala, who just like last year basically was the same thing. Ogallala rocketed out to an early lead in last year's game before the Nationals were able to claw it back. They did so yet again here. Ogallala got out to the early lead. Nationals clawed back, and they pick up the victory. And with that, start the season 1-0. We'll step aside and take a break. We come back. Quick stop post-game show right here. FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming NorthPlattePost.com.
We all try to prepare for life's what-ifs, but what happens if those uncertainties become a reality? I'm Stephen Rhodes, and as your local farmer's insurance agent, I'm here for you. I can help you determine the coverage that fits your needs. When you have questions about insurance, turn to me, Stephen Rhodes, with Farmers Insurance. I'm proud to sponsor tonight's game. Go Bulldogs! Find me, Stephen Rhodes, at 102 North Dewey.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum. We're always up and right around the corner. Quick stop.
Save money at the pump at Quick Stop with the Dino Pay app. Dino Pay offers contactless payment using your preferred debit or credit card. The savings add up with 12 cents per gallon and even more on Tuesdays and Thursdays with rollbacks for savings of 15 cents per gallon. Huge savings. The Sinclair Dino Pay saving you at the pump. Don't forget Frazzle Gourmet Slushes and for real shakes and smoothies. Gourmet coffee at everyday low prices on your favorite beers.
Quick stop.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Find me, Brent Rogo, at 502 East Francis.
Larry's Glass is better known and has over 40 years of experience in glass replacement and installation. Whether you need a new window for your home, storefront, or vehicle, they have the expertise to get the job done. Larry's team of skilled professionals use the highest quality materials and techniques to ensure your satisfaction. Larry's takes pride in delivering outstanding service with affordable pricing and are on the Better Business Bureau honor roll. Trust Larry's Glass to take care of your glass needs, and you'll appreciate the difference that over 40 years of experience can make.
Your health is our mission. Great Plains Health.
Are you or a loved one in need of medical equipment to improve your quality of life? Look no further than Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment. Our state-of-the-art and affordable medical products are specifically designed to return your independence. From manual and power wheelchairs, mobility scooters, and lift chairs to walking aids, ramps, hospital beds, and bath safety products. We have everything you need to make your home a comfortable and safe place to live. We even provide CPAP and BiPAP equipment and supplies, as well as oxygen equipment and supplies. Call Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment today.
Check out Runza's Spicy Barbecue Bacon Burger. Whew, that's a tongue twister. Say that 5 times fast.
Runza's Spicy Barbecue Bacon Burger. Runza's Spicy Barbecue Bacon Burger.
No, I didn't actually.
Runza's Spicy Barbecue Bacon Burger.
Try Runza's Spicy Barbecue Bacon Burger with barbecue sauce, jalapenos, bacon, pepper jack cheese, and crispy onion strips.
Runza's Spicy Barbecue Bacon Burger. Runza's Spicy
Because
Barbecue
from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
Welcome back here to Bill Woodfield Nationals. Pick up the victory here in this one. I'm joined here in our post-game coaches interview, head coach Ricky Holmes. Coach, you really, specifically against Ogallala in the opening game, you just can't seem to get out of the last inning of winning here against them. Did it last season to open the season, and then did it right here yet again, an absolute thriller. It's a first game. You'll take that victory there. Take me through the emotions of not only it being the first game of the season, but playing yet again another nail biter.
First of all, it's just good to be back on the field playing someone else other than ourselves. You get to that time of year and we start getting chippy with each other, so to have someone else other than ourselves in front of us was good. Obviously, a lot to clean up. Definitely, had 4 or 5 hits. Not necessarily pitch efficient, but like what I told the guys after the game is that game last year we would have lost. So as long as, I'll take wins all day, but we got to also understand that if we continue to play that way, we're not going to be very successful moving forward.
And it looked like, again, off to a rough start there in that first inning, give up those 2 runs, but I think answered back quite well, not allowing really anything until the latter half of this ball game. But yet again, just like last year, it came down to the offense really didn't start picking it up until maybe it was almost a little bit too late in the game.
Yeah, I was kind of torn. We definitely ran the bases well about half the game, but then also gave up some free outs. I know my guys are aggressive, and I love that, but like we had Carson Johnson trying to steal home with 2 strikes. Certain things like that you just can't do. Hoping to clean up that type of stuff. Tried to run a bunt defense with Ty Robinson, and he didn't let it develop. So definitely have some things that we got to work on, but all in all, like I said, I'm glad that we'll get the win.
And again, all those things you talked about, first game of the season, you go through so many practice reps of trying so many different things. You won't really get to know what truly needs to be worked on until you get out to game action. And, of course, game action come. You got another game on a Wednesday. Plenty of things to work on.
Yeah, dealing with a couple injuries right now, I know, and then another guy was sick, so straight senior players today. We only had 10, but it was good there at the end of the game. Ty Hanneborg come in, steal a base for us, and end up scoring the winning run on Ty Rob's hit. So that type of growth and that type of lessons that they can get, you can't really measure that. So all in all, we were a little thin today, going to be a little thin moving forward here for a bit, but confident in the guys that we got.
Love it. Again, coming up here, juniors, seniors against Lexington at home. That was supposed to be intended road game. Now it's transitioned here to a home game. Do you kind of think maybe that I would say was a blessing, but also maybe another good tip in the cap that you can come back on that Wednesday and maybe perform a little bit better?
I'll always take a home game, but in our conference, Lexington's the closest game we got. So really, if there's one we're going to give up, I'd rather give up like a GI or something like that. But obviously excited to get another home game. We're going to be busy this month in May, and I think that's good for some of our younger players to kind of get under the lights and get rid of those butterflies early.
Perfect. Again, head coach Ricky Holmes joining me here, and then he also brought up the man that got that walk-off. Ty Robinson here. Well, we'll start off with a little hiccup there in that, top of the 7th. Take me through what was going through your mind there as you, again, trying to work with that double play to essentially maybe even ice the game at that point.
I was just trying to keep the ball in front of me. I didn't want to let that go by. I already felt horrible putting 2 runners on base because that's not something I like to do. I like pounding the zone and getting in there and letting them hit the baseball, and I felt I didn't do that, and then I felt horrible that I hit the guy in the face. That's not something I wanted to do whatsoever, and it just kind of happened.
All spiraled out of control, but you know what? You really made up for it there again in that last at-bat, getting the game-winning single. Now, as you were making your way over to first, did you, like I think everybody else up here, did you think that guy out there caught that in center field?
I did. I 100% did. I took my helmet off. I was like, are you kidding me? This
there
kid
it goes.
Just robbed me of a single.
But, you got the game-winning run. You came in and really batting the hatches down. I think even though 2 runs were given up in that first inning, Jackson Polk, as well as then you coming in for relief of him, really, locked it in and really stopped Ogallala, which at that point was showing it could hit all day from doing it. What was your game plan coming into this not only first game, but your first appearance of the year already being down 2-0?
I was trying to get the butterflies out mostly. I was a little nervous coming in. I always am nervous when I go out there. And it took me after that first inning, and then I settled in, and I was fine until that final inning, and then things started to spiral out of control again.
It did. But, again, every first games of the season aren't supposed to be perfect outings. If you had a perfect outing in your first game, we'd have to, lock you away and be like, let's just hold this for the rest of the year and make it all perfect from that point on. But you got your first game of the year under your belt. You got another W. As a team, and for you specifically, who picking up this victory, going into another game on Wednesday and then Sunday, how do you feel maybe the momentum has started here, even though maybe it wasn't the best showing overall as a team?
I think we got a pretty good group of guys. We'll get it started going again. It was first game, jitters. Everybody was nervous. You could tell everybody was antsy on their feet, wanted to hit the baseball. And I think we'll get settled in here as we go, and we'll be a pretty good team.
And I asked Coach, again, just a couple seconds ago about that Lexington game being moved to a home game. Do you think also, in terms for the team and you specifically, getting yet again maybe another home game that's not the opening game, really maybe, say detrimental, but impactful for this team? As you said, they're still trying to get things rocking and rolling. Does really a extra home game instead of an away game make that much of a difference, or does it make a huge difference in your mind?
To me, it makes a big difference because I like playing our home crowd. Everybody comes to support us, and everybody, at least some of the stands will be full when we get here. So that's something that I always like playing at home for.
Perfect. Well, we'll see you Wednesday again. That is our, spoiler alert, our Ameriprise Financial Money Player of the Game, Ty Robinson, with the walk-off home run, and also pitched pretty immaculate innings here coming in relief for one Jackson Polk. Ty, again, thank you so much for stopping on. Well, I can't wait to see you on Wednesday. When we come back here, we'll have more Quick Stop post-game show right here at FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming NordPlattePost.com. Hey, thank you so much again for stopping on by.
Top-notch service? Premier Toyota's got you covered. Their knowledgeable and friendly staff will help you find the perfect ride to fit your lifestyle and budget. Plus, their state-of-the-art service center is staffed with expert technicians who will keep your vehicle running like new. Visit Premier Toyota today and experience the best selection, service, and prices around. You won't be disappointed. Toyota, let's go places.
Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Nissan, Lincoln for your next vehicle. Look online 24/7 at BillSummers.com. Bill Summers is Western Nebraska's leasing headquarters, and they have aggressive financing to get you into the vehicle you've been dreaming of. Check out all the inventory at BillSummers.com anytime. Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Nissan, Lincoln, where families are our business. Highway 83 and Walker Road in North Platte, and online 24/7 at BillSummers.com.
Summer. Time for outdoors and Dave's Place.
What? Those two don't go together.
Sure they do. Why should I have to be slaving in the kitchen when all we have to do is go to Dave's Place for food that the entire family enjoys?
I like how you think, Mama.
Make sure to get outdoors. But when it's time for the best pizza, wings, and fun, head indoors into Dave's Place. Games for the kiddos, pool and drinks for the adults, and food for everyone. Dave's Place Pizza and Wings. Your summer starts here.
Sandhill State Bank is a bank for Sandhillers. Families, entrepreneurs, teachers, nonprofits, farmers, nurses, contractors, ranchers, stylists, artists, retailers, professionals, outfitters, restaurateurs, mechanics. It takes all of us to make the Sandhills prosper, and Sandhill State Bank is here to help. Open an account today at sandhillstate.com/open, or visit one of our 10 locations across the Sandhills to start growing the Sandhills together. Sandhill State Bank, member FDIC.
The game's in the books. Time for the postgame show on FM 98.1 and online at NorthPlattePost.com.
Welcome back here to Bill Wood Field. Nationals pick up the exciting 4-3 victory over Ogallala to improve to 1-0 on the year before they take on Lexington this Wednesday. Juniors, seniors action, 5 o'clock for the juniors, 7 o'clock for the seniors, or the conclusion of the juniors game. Jackson Polk went 4 total innings. He gave up 3.5 earned runs. Ty Robinson, 2 2/3 inning, gave up 3 ERA as well as 1 earned run, and then Carson Johnson came on. He didn't allow an earned run to come across in the victory for the Nationals, as Caden Rezac with 3 innings, pitched 3 scoreless innings, with Aiden Halligan going 2 2/3, also giving up no earned runs in this one, before Cole Stokey came on and gave up, how many runs did he give up? 1 earned run in this game for the side of the Ogallala team, but the Nationals again picking up the victory here. Improved to 1-0 on the year. They'll take on Lexington at home on Wednesday. In that one, 5 o'clock again, first pitch for the juniors, and then the seniors game to follow immediately at the conclusion of that one. We will be doing the juniors game, so listen in live, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and live streaming NorthPlattePost.com at 4:50 for the beginning of that juniors game. It's time again for our Ameriprise Financial Money Player of the Game. Ty Robinson gets it with that walk-off, a single up the middle to bring Hanneborg home from second, as well as those immaculate innings that he pitched. When Money Matters, talk to Marshall Doty and Mark Tillman, Ameriprise Financial Advisors in North Platte, Nebraska, about professional financial services. Ameriprise Financial Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC. That'll do it here for us in the Quick Stop post-game show. 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop, always open right around the corner. I will see you guys on Wednesday when Lexington comes into town to take on FNBO and the Nationals, starting at 5 o'clock in our Quick Stop pregame, beginning at 4:50 live, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and as always, live streaming NorthPlattePost.com.
Allo means business. Allo means local business. Allo means big business. Allo means small business. No matter your business, if you need reliable phone and internet connectivity, you need Allo. Local service and same-day dispatch. Free installation. Symmetrical upload and download speeds. If your business relies on communication, rely on Allo. Allo means business. Visit allofiber.com/business.
Now the weather is warmer, it's time to dust off your golf clubs and head out to River's Edge Golf Club in North Platte. With beautifully maintained lush greens and breathtaking views, River's Edge offers a modern course that is perfect for golfers of all skill levels. But that's not all. After your game, swing into another round sports bar for some amazing food and drinks. You'll find something for everyone on their menu, from juicy burgers to crisp salads and refreshing drinks. River's Edge is open to the public, so anyone can come and enjoy the fun.
We're always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Save money at the pump at Quick Stop with the Dino Pay app. Dino Pay offers contactless payment using your preferred debit or credit card. The savings add up with 12 rollbacks for savings of 15 cents per gallon. Huge savings. The Sinclair Dino Pay saving you at the pump. Don't forget Frazzle Gourmet slushes and for real shakes and smoothies. Gourmet coffee at everyday low prices on your favorite beers.
Quick Stop.
The proceeding was a North Platte Post special presentation. FNBO Baseball on FM 98.1 and AM 1410. Brought to you by Shelter Insurance, Pete Bowles and Brent Rogo, Dave's Place, Pizza Wings and more.